All right, and we are live. Welcome, everybody, back to session 2 of Island of the Lost, the new Within the Fire saga. Before we start, we got a few things that we want to tell you guys about. You can go ahead and tell them about On the Edge of Shadow.
Oh, hey, thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. My name is Blackthorn. I am the narrator over at On the Edge of Shadow. Our weekly game starts at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday nights, and it goes till about 11:30ish that night as well. The campaign itself is actually set in a dark age, a dark fantasy set in its Bronze Age. The world is called Arklanar. The world itself is kind of based on a theme of the light versus the dark, kind of in a kind of an ancient eldritch horror kind of conflict where a lot of conflict between like the mortal realm and the Fey realm, while being assailed from the shadows by some unseen, unshapely form. It's a pretty unique blend of themes there. I would absolutely love for you guys to come and hang out with us on Wednesday nights. And my two newcomers, we've got Slotha here and Alan of Firestar Roleplaying. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to Firestar over here. Go for it, man.
But I'm going to jump in very quickly. So absolutely, guys, subscribe to On the Edge of Shadow's YouTube channel. That's On the Edge of Shadow. And check out those live plays. Those live plays are excellent. However, today, we are going to be playing a game called Within the Ring of Fire. That's right, Within the Ring of Fire. Get your saga book, 77 Thrones of Theological Codex, as well as Monsters and Men and Book of True Names. Within the Ring of Fire is the deepest, darkest fantasy RPG that will inspire you to tell the kinds of sagas that you've always dreamed about. Explore passions and politics, members of isolated strongholds, engage in trade as a spice merchant, sell your soul to a blasphemous coven, and explore the ancient technology left behind by the immortal trolls, who to this day linger down in the depths of oubliette, or so they say. So that's going to be your main saga book. It's going to be the main book. You can pick this up on drivethrurpg.com. We're going to have links in the bottom of the description of the video, as well as you can pick up this next book. This is the best supplement book for any sort of fantasy game that I've ever seen, ever. It's about the divinities from Within the Ring of Fire, about the gods, because all our characters in this world and in all worlds should believe in the gods, because the gods believe in you. And we also have Monsters and Men. You've got all the species. You've got about 36 playable species from the base book alone. That's not getting to like half breeds or sort of scion advantages. So there's a lot to play. There's a lot to see. This is a really, really cool world. And yeah, guys, we're going to step into the flames. Set your mind ablaze as we step into the Ring of Fire. Give it away to Alan there, baby. Master Flame Tender. And make sure you subscribe to this channel right here. Firestar Role-Playing, for all the best RPG plays and all the best Within the Ring of Fire plays you will find anywhere. So do that.
So nice of you to join us, Ander. Jesus. Well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I'd say that advertisement might even put Anders' advertisements to shame. But
you hear that? You hear that, Ander?
all right.
Oh, yeah. Fey wine first.
Oh, God. Well, without further ado, we shall pick up right where we left off. This time, though, Phil is back with us, and Phil, we're gonna have your character be just waking up. He was unconscious, basically in a coma last time, so he's not really familiar with what's exactly going on. But yeah, you're waking up after that vicious beating you received, and We will start off, and we'll go with Rockbeak. What are you doing when we come back to the scene?
Well, Rockbeak is probably just getting up, coming out of his shell next to his tree, getting up and stretching, making sure that his tree didn't fall on him or anything.
Nope.
And I guess he'll go about getting everybody else up.
You quickly find that you are the last one to wake up.
Well, then I
Which means
guess
you
his
left
job's
your
done.
shell.
He's got everybody up then.
Your tree is about halfway chewed through at this point.
Good. It'll get there eventually.
Can I see this tree from where I wake up from?
Yes, you're like waking up, getting your so a little disoriented, and you still have your flower that Kel gave you that you're using.
That I'm holding.
Yeah, and you can see this half-eaten tree, like sitting maybe 10 feet away from you.
I'm just gonna look down at I'm just gonna look down at the turtle, just in like a bewildered voice, say, "What have you done?"
I just look up at the tree. And well, I was trying to eat through the tree. I'm not making good progress. I mean, you think you could do better? I mean, I ate through the tree.
I'm just gonna walk over to the tree, carefully putting the flower into my straw hat, and caress the thing to see if, and then use the racial ability which I have, and try to like look down through its roots, look up to its branches, and see if this thing will survive what Rockbeak has done to it.
It's likely it's gonna survive. He has put some decent damage onto it, but he's not like lethally wounded it, so to speak. If he keeps going, it's gonna die though. It's not far. It's basically on death's door. I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna turn to Rockbeak in my character's voice because saving time. I think leave the trees to me.
I just look back at my tree and all the work I put into that tree. But then I look back at that other tree and I'm like, well, I mean, he is an actual tree, so. All right, fine, whatever. You get to be the tree man then. You are a tree man. I'm done with it then. Whatever. And I just waddle off.
I'm just gonna look back at this poor tree which got mangled to shit, and just be like, "Oh, poor darling." Oh no. What sort of tree is this? Is this a pine, oak, like a palm tree?
Sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a palm.
A palm tree?
Yes.
You can't carve anything out of a palm tree. No, it's they don't make good wood at all.
Rockbeak don't know these things. The tree's a tree. He just start eating it.
Oh, poor
Cal
darling.
will be walking by at this time, and he'll just shoot a sarcastic look to our tree companion. The palm was talking shit, and just sit down next to Rockbeak.
I'm gonna be like getting kind of excited, and to just start speaking to the tree in Thraxa.
Alright, as you just begin speaking to the tree, there's not much of a conversation.
Oh well. That's
as
okay.
you hear a rustling from up in the trees of this particular palm tree, as something large and round falls almost on top of you, Mr. Speaking Tree, as Aenir is actually just there, just whoa, shit, she's right there. She's actually just climbed up on this tree and is just huddled, holding onto the side of the tree, just having a look at the various fruits that it has, and just looking down at you with just confusion. What's he doing?
I'm gonna roll to dodge out of the way of the falling thing. I fail.
Can I hit you?
I rolled for theatrical effect. All right. Ow. I'm gonna look at like the damage to the tree. Doesn't look like it could fall down at any moment.
It's not quite that damaged, but it's getting there.
All right. I'm gonna just look up to the tiny person and say, maybe go to different tree.
I give you a bit of a strange look, but then I start to shimmy down the side of the tree quite easily, getting down quite quickly, as I then stand at the base next to you, looking up at you. How tall are you again?
So my character, if he stood to his full height, would be about 7'1.5", like 7.5 feet tall. But he never
Wow.
really gets above 5 feet because he's so hunched over.
Wow. So I look up at you, standing only about 5'2", and with just big green eyes, just staring at you with wonderment. However, then as sort of look up at you, then the sun sort of begins to rise in the early morning. And then some of the sun rays catch my face, and then I sneeze. And then I just kind of scurry behind into a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Just like still next to you, but just away from the direct sunlight because.
So I'm gonna ask, is like, sunlight uncomfortable?
Yeah. I can look at you. It really hurts after a while. I kind of then start to massage my cheeks and my nose, which look a little bit sunburnt as it began to freckle up a little bit. And then
I'm just
pull
gonna,
the hood over my head.
I'm just gonna nod slowly, and then go walking about slowly, collecting palm fronds. And in time, I'd like to make a weaver roll to see if I can weave them into a hat for the little person.
I go ahead.
Okay. Oh, that's
During
an 8
during
and a
this
1.
time.
Yes,
During this
yep.
time, Alan, I like to eat one of the strange fungi that I picked up yesterday that I haven't identified, and I like to be eating them slowly and trying to determine what the reaction is, my body sort of reaction to those things are. So I sort of start to figure out just through trial and error what they do.
All right. We'll let that happen without any roll, and by the end of the day, I'll tell you what you've gotten from the herbs you've collected.
Sure thing.
What is everybody else gonna start doing for the day? They're going about their business. What does Kel and Rockbeak want to do?
Rockbeak goes over to Kel and hands him the dagger back and is like, "Hey, I'm not good with this thing, pretty boy. You take it. I'm better with my beak anyways."
Fair enough.
Are you two still very hurt? I look over towards Rockbeak especially, who has now on his shell the various band-aids and sort of ointments that were applied to him, but were very ineffective because they're on his shell.
He he just looks at you with his one eye, basically like, "The fuck you think? The fuck you think if I'm hurt?" And he just like scrapes some of the paste and everything off his shell and the band-aids and start like putting them on his hand and everything. I want to make a barber roll to see if I can actually, stop from getting an infection and dying.
You can, if you want to make a barber roll, by the way, to try to tend to your wounds, is going to happen over the course of 8 hours.
That's fine. I just want to like wake up and then like put this gunk on my stump finger and like wrap it up with a band-aid or whatever bandage that was on my shell, and then we'll just see if it actually helps or not.
All right.
After the first 2 hours of me making a hat, because it'd probably take me about 2 hours, just collecting the materials. I'm probably going to go over and help the turtle person.
All right.
Because Because I
as
can
we're
do
sort of
that.
talking, yeah. So as we're sort of talking, I suppose we're just going to be talking to each other in the morning as we're trying to figure out what we want to do. So after Rockbeak starts to reapply the ill-placed bandages and sort of band-aids and wrappings and ointment, and then move over towards where Kel and Rockbeak are standing together. What are we going to do about the giant, the great one that was here when we were taken? The terrifying monster.
Giant?
Yes.
I'm like kind of confused. Ooh.
Yes.
Troll? And I get really excited.
What? Where? No. What? I can't look around. You getting excited. I look really, really, really scared now. Looking around. What?
Don't worry. Then, like, I guess
No,
I picking palm fronts.
No, the monster, the huge son of Mul of the mountain, ogre from yesterday.
Oh.
He said that we are to give him tribute or sacrifices or something like that.
Those are called ogres, O'Near.
Yes. Yes, him. What are we going to do about him and his kin?
Yeah, in my character's voice, give them what they want?
But they want food, and I look over towards Rockbeak, and I look over towards Kel. I just kind of gesture towards them with a hand and shrug my shoulders. You will be eaten. Kel will be eaten. Rockbeak will be eaten. They are slow. You are slow. You are slow as well.
Mm-hmm. Very slow sometimes.
Ogres will catch you.
But I'm just gonna like get a sort of like lopsided grin because of my tusks, and just say, "They won't eat me."
But they will. No, why would they eat you? They would put you into a fire, and they would use you to cook with the stew pot.
And I get kind of upset. They're like, "Oh, this is a problem now."
That's a good use for wood. It's all wood's good for.
It's barbaric. I shake my head.
Oh dear. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that comment.
I'm just looking at our tree companion out of the corner of my eye with a devilish smirk.
My character probably doesn't react.
A quick question, Kel. Do you have any grades in academics by any chance?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. So it sort of will click for you that Enir, that's a Freyine name, and specifically it's a male name. Yeah. So it's I don't know, just an interesting sort of thing. It was sort of you'll realize it's kind of like the equivalent of like Stephen
for a while.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool.
Nice.
I kind of look around. Well,
yeah, after you.
we need to get someplace to hide then, because there might be another storm coming soon, and this will not help us. And I look over like the shabby sort of makeshift, very quickly hastily put together like lodgings or shelters. We need to find some place, maybe like I don't know, maybe a cave or something, or maybe a burrow. Or something. We need to hide, and you need to rest, and you need to rest as well. Otherwise, the ogres will come when they get hungry, and I'm not sure there's anything we can do when that happens.
As far as anything, like if you're looking for something like a cave, you would have noticed that there is a large mountain on the other side of the island, and you've heard mention of a mine somewhere around there, but you don't know much
Yeah.
about it.
So I start to draw. I grab a stick and I go over to like a small section of sand and some dirt, and I start to draw a little bit of the layout that I've managed to sort of get an understanding of in my prior sort of hunt from yesterday. As I was sort of looking around and doing some scouting and stuff, and I got the forester sort of thing. So I'm starting to get a little bit of an idea about the layout of the map. So I'm on this island, but nowhere near enough. I've only been out for a day, so I'm just drawing like some strange sort of primitive pictures on the ground. I saw that great island, or the mountain, the great tall place, the stone tree over there, and I think we are over here, and the coast is there. And I just cross a line in the sand where there's going to be the coast. We need to find a place where we can hide, multiple places, many places we can go to. Just one is not enough. In case we get separated. Looking over at Rockbeak and Kel and the great tree, kind of looking quizzically at what he's sort of wrapping, what he's doing with his hands, making the hat.
With my index finger, I'll lean over and correct where her shoreline will be, and it'll either be closer or further away from our current position, since Kel's gone back and forth about a half a dozen times since you guys got here. Your coastline will be right here, actually. But you'll look at he kind of like stares into her green eyes for a few moments, and since you are
I
most
step
healthy
back.
of our number, I suggest you'd be our best hope for finding another lair. I would not be opposed to sleeping in a sea cave as opposed to out in the open waiting to be set upon by other pirates. So, looking over at Rockbeak, judgment?
Well, you can almost guarantee that if there's any cave in here, it's gonna be inhabited by something bigger and scarier than we are. So we better go there expecting to fight.
Well, that's where your beak comes in, and you'll be up first, and you'll be biting the fuck out of everything.
I just hold up my stump finger and my broken, like my bruised face. Like, I mean, I'll put up a hell of a fight, but I mean,
I have faith in you, Rockbeak.
oh,
Kind of like
hells.
just dismissively, just waving at him. I have faith in you. You'll be all right.
As you turn back to Ini, who's standing next to you, she's still like staring at you, just with genuine sort of interest. Yes, well, we can lure the beast out and trap it. If
You
there
have
is such a
Mind
beast.
Fed cave, so
Oh, of course.
he'll give you a winning smile, and well, no time to lose. Off with you then, my dear.
I mean, also we can use the dear lady to seduce some of the gods, maybe get in, get favors in, get some weapons. Or pretty boy here can go in there and shake his ass around. I mean, we can get something going too.
For a moment, I thought you were overlooking me, and just now like teasing Anirson next to him. She's more beautiful than I. What? Oh, come now. He'll just wink at Anir.
I mean, all your fae look the same to me. I mean, I wouldn't mate with you if you're the last people on Kvegathale, but that's just me.
Oh, you're missing out, my friend.
I'm just going to put a big finger onto the map and just like move it around, not in the sand, just pointing, and just look at the child and say, "Farms, where?"
I look at Kel for help.
Kel will do the mental math, look at their immediate area. He'll take a look back to the in the direction of the shoreline. He'll look down the path to where it looks like the larger village is, and then kind of look past it. Look back at the map in the sand. He'll draw an X. I estimate right about here. That's a good walk. Yeah.
I'm a good farmer. Very good. Can get us food.
Are you a good listener as well?
Better vegetables and fruits than beasts. Vegetables
What?
and fruits don't fight back.
I can't eat that shit.
And neither can ogres.
I just like shrug, be like, okay.
I have a question, tree thing. First off, what is your name?
answer?
What did your mother
It-
call you?
It takes
If you
long
have a mother.
time to. I was gonna be like, it takes, and then I'm just gonna shrug. And I wanted to say my name in character purely for the lulz.
Do
Alright,
it.
Sit
Do
your
it.
asses down.
Oh God, we'll be here all night then. All right, let's do
Oh yeah, 100%.
it.
Keys, chi.
Dazazea's tits. That's a long name.
Bim,
Is he done yet?
You got
I
a
would be like,
nickname?
I was gonna shrug, be like, duh.
All right, duh.
Da kochi bichichi bia makia.
Tree man, yeah, got you.
I'm gonna give the little person a great big smile, and then plop the palm from on its head. I made you a hat like mine.
So sort of like duck, as if you're about to like strike out at me. 'Cause, like, maybe I said it wrong and you're just like, going to hit me or something. So I duck and then just it floats on top of my head and gets caught up in
Yes.
my horns a little bit. But then
Yes.
I look up. Oh, thank you. And I'm sort of like struggling with it because I got these huge sort of like 6-inch like gnarled tree.
Oh, yeah, I
pine
forgot
kinda,
about
like,
those.
root-like things. Yeah, so I start pulling it down, and I pull it, and like it managed, and just after some jimmying, it affixed my head because I just stabbed the horn through the hat, the straw hat. I look around. Oh, thank you. I look quite happy. Thank you so much. And I take out like the deer carving, and I show you that, and I sort of like show you. I don't know. I keep showing it to you, but like I still have it.
I'm going to reach over slowly and then with 2 fingers pat the child on the head. I'm then going to use my racial ability, Mr. Flame Tender.
All right.
Oh shit.
No worries.
Oh, man, here we go.
You just see me gently pat the little person's head, and then I kind of shift in my position, and then yeah, that's it. There's no sparks of light. There's no screams of the undead. It's just that happens.
Oh man, I was hoping for screams of the undead.
Yet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Just
Ooh, I like that.
looking up at the sky, Alan. What is the weather looking to be like today? Just roughly.
There are some of the gentle doves in the air that make up the clouds of Kvegathale, for anyone unfamiliar. All the clouds are spirits in this world. And they're just, drifting about in the sky, but there doesn't seem to be any thunderbirds or shower swans or anything like that. Just a normal, slightly cloudy day, but no severe weather looks to be on the horizon.
So I look up at the sky and then kind of squinting and then shade myself from the hateful sun, or the hateful burning sun. Okay, I'm going to go have a look. Maybe I look around. Does this place look to be secluded? This current place that we're in.
Yes, based on your
Relatively.
description, you guys wanted to make camp a good ways away from the village. So yeah, it's somewhat secluded, like you're kind of in the forest, so to speak. You're not like out in the open or on the beach or anything like that. So someone would have to be deliberately looking at you or accidentally stumble across you, but they're not just going to be walking along and just see you sitting here.
Sweet, that's awesome. Okay, so I look around. I say, okay, I'm going to go to the mountain. It's a long way, but I'll go have a look and maybe find some caves or a burrow of some kind. I'll be back as soon as I can.
We'll see you tomorrow then.
Maybe.
Be safe.
Become completely deadpan.
Since you have Forrester, I'll let you know you can get a rough guesstimate that it will probably take you at least a day to get there. It's pretty far off.
We need to find a place to hide. I'm thinking so yeah. I'll start heading towards that direction. If I come across any land features that look sort of like hilly, sort of craggy, sort of like rocky outcroppings along the way, or some cliff sides along the coast, maybe I'll sort of head towards those directions. But as if I don't start to see anything, then I'll eventually just resolve to make it to the mountains. So yeah, I'll be probably gone for a long time.
All right. What do the rest of you want to do?
I am tending to Rockbeak.
Yeah, make me a barber roll as you tend to him. He failed his role earlier as he wasn't able to really fully comprehend what to do and to his severe wounds to tend them and whatnot.
I got an 11.
Yep, he's in the quick, so he's gonna need at least a 15 to help them. So even you can't do anything for him at this point. He's too grievously wounded.
Oh well, that's 8 hours of the day gone.
So you and Rockbeak basically more or less just sit together, checking himself out pretty much for the most of the day, trying to find out what's wrong with him, trying to find out what to do. But even putting your heads together, you can't quite figure it out. So what does Kel want to do for the day?
What he's going to do is he'll walk with Anir to about the edge of the farmland, because the way I'm picturing it in my mind is it would be the path that goes into the village, and then beyond the village is that mass plantation area, and then beyond that it's probably trackless jungle. And okay, so what I'm going to do is I will walk with her to about the edge of the plantations, probably chit chat and small chat along the way, and once we're out of earshot of just about everybody, I'm assuming we're walking into a more populated area. So he'll kind of shoot a look down at her and say, "So, who gave you a Freyan name?"
Oh, my name.
Yes,
my mother. My mother gave it to me. It belonged to my father. And this as well. and I show you a sort of motion to a medallion brooch that's on my tattered green cloak. Sort of like a
I've seen
carving.
that before. All right.
Yeah.
And from what lands did he hail from? He's kind of got a. I'm gonna ask anyway, but I'm assuming I know the answer.
He hailed from the land of the sun that borders on the forest where I'm from. That place.
So he was a Freyin as well,
Yes. Yes, he was.
Did he die in battle? Or was he...
My mother killed him.
Oh.
I say deadpan.
Oh. Well.
And her sisters.
Was he unfaithful? He's a little uncomfortable at that.
No, he was very worthy. Worthy enough to survive. Long enough. I'm just kind of hopping along the trail, kind of darting behind trees, melding to the shadows, and then occasionally you see some green eyes staring at you from behind, and then there's nothing, and then another tree, and then I'm there walking, kind of like weaving through the underbrush. Definitely not taking straight path, but if you were to walk straight, you would sort of you sort of get to you'll be able to get to places reasonably quickly, but I'm sort of weaving through and still maintaining a very steady pace, making sure not to leave any tracks, especially.
Fair enough.
Yes. And what about you? You are far from home as well, I take it? And
Yes.
why are you like that? And I point towards your head. Your hair is like
he just
like the fire.
Oh, it's this is a gift from Morgul. I was born on the day of fire. My mother told me that I came out with a full head of red hair, and it's just been growing ever since.
I look kind of sadly at you, and at that, I'm so sorry.
He just smiles, and he's logging that away as probably culture shock. What are your people like? I have never seen such a thing as yourself. I mistook you as a satyr before, but you're much more vicious.
No, I'm not.
Things.
I'm nothing like a satyr. That is ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Well,
I kind of look a bit disgusted, slightly. Kind of like squint my eyes. No,
Then correct me if I'm wrong.
My people are of the Darkwood. In my language of Ajira, we say Babanshi is the name.
You're too small for a Mihangi.
I am not that. I am definitely not that. And I sort of narrow my eyes at that and stop and kind of look back at you, staring kind of slightly fiercely at that. I am nothing like that.
He stops in his tracks and slowly, kind of a devious smile.
What do you know of them?
He again.
What do you know of
that? That smile slowly paints its way across his beautiful features. I have had run-ins with Mihangi a handful of times in my youth.
Eyebrows shoot up at that. Really? You? Really? I then look you up and down a bit, definitely a bit impressed. You are but a lamb to them, to the wolves. You are Freyin. You are touched by gold and tainted by its touch. You fought them?
I may be made of sunlight and gold, but I still have teeth. And I'll make with Kel's pretty powerful hands. He'll kind of make it like a hand gesture, like he's strangling someone to death. But he doesn't.
White knuckles. I see. Well, that is good. You'll need that if we are to be fighting ogres soon. They are
Ogres
also
stand
ravenous.
tall. They are not as impressive as their size likes to deceive them. And then he kind of gets this this far off look, like longing look, as he thinks about that ogress prostitute that he left in the great city of Bale. Oh, excuse me. Ogres. Oh, terrible thing.
Yes.
Sorry, please continue.
Shut up, Phil. You're not there.
You need to get some rest. You are weak. I can see it. I can feel it as I step a bit closer, kind of like clutching these black taloned claws, clutching my cloak together. You are easy prey, very easy prey as you are right now. You need to be careful.
One of those gorgeous red eyebrows kind of cocks and he looks your tiny frame up and down, and he goes, "Well, don't threaten me with a good time, small thing."
I look up, and I kind of give you one of these looks.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh no!
That's it, right on the grass. Yep.
I think you found the perfect spirit for the neon geese in that photo. Sorry,
Oh
the
my
Momoa
God.
scene. In that photo. That is perfect. The absolute perfect visual representation.
Oh shit! I wish I had my website
So I definitely.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So I definitely I look you up and down, and yeah, definitely when you step close, you're huge and impressive and formidable, but there is that creepiness, especially in the darkness of the underbrush as we are here, that sort of otherworldliness
So you're
to Anya as she kind of looks at you. She's basically looking at you as if you're food.
Ooh. He hold on, hang on a second. Kel is about 60-40% scroused. He'll just bend over and just I'm gonna use the rest of his passions here, because Kel is mostly twisted. He'll bend over almost to get a few inches away from her face, and he'll say, "You are ill-equipped to take it all, small thing. But once I am healthy, we should talk like this again." And he'll wink. I'm going to use a bit of my guile, see if I can throw some seduction your way.
It's getting hot in here.
To add your
Hang on.
bonuses from attractive to that.
Oh, Jesus.
But also if you have penalties in the quick, that's also gonna be a negative.
It's gonna
I will tell
be
you what I got, and Alan, you tell me what my penalties are. I got a 27 on the die.
your penalty is a
Nice.
5. Your penalty, is that including your bonuses from attractive?
I've put 2 points into attractive, so
That's
that's
a plus
29.
2. You're gonna get a -5 from the quick, so you
So I
got
earned 24.
24. which is an extremely
Alright.
good roll.
Yeah, very, very. Okay, yeah, so so I look up at you and you sort of give me that look. I flush over a little bit, my red cheeks getting even slightly redder as I look up at you and sort of awed by you, hands trembling slightly. As I step back for a second and then step forward a little bit, kind of drawn in, and then I need to go. And it just takes all my willpower not to just not to do terrible things right now. As I just barely rip myself away from this.
John, you mind if I put in here?
Yeah, sure.
Just as she says that, Kel will draw his right index finger on the just like the center of her chin, all with like upper neck under her jaw, kind of like making her look into his eyes. Yes, my sweet thing. I think you'd better leave now. And he'll take a step back and just watch you leave.
I then slowly, like as you draw my that finger, I take it, I kind of gently clasp it with my hand, and the claws kind of like brush against your skin slightly, as I then push you back slowly, so slowly, so slowly. Like you can tell it's just you go crazy inside. Yeah, you probably do. It's.
I get you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dog is just like trying to resist not getting the treat. So I meld back into the shadows and very quickly disappear as I make my way my way out, looking for burrows and places to hide, and a bit distracted at the moment though, that's for sure.
I'll wait a good, Alan. I'll wait a good 5 to 8 minutes, like no more than 10. Kind of looking in the direction that she disappeared, and I'll glance at the sky. And is it morning yet? Still?
Yes, it's like kind of like early morning. Like it's a couple hours to noon, basically.
Oh, it's still closer to dawn then. So Kel will actually take the long scenic route home. And he'll keep his eye on the horizon, kind of taking in that fiery golden ball in the sky, and he'll nonchalantly blow a kiss to the sun. And I'm going to take in the lay of the land, the farmland, how many guards there is, kind of do my own advanced recon. What do you want me to roll for that? It's going to take me several hours to get back to the camp, so what do you want from me?
Let's go with a streetwise roll to recognize guard patterns and who might be a guard and stuff like that.
Oh, that's only a 14.
All right, it's not bad. Like you get a pretty good idea of what guard patrols what path. Then at the same time, you're like, well, this guy was just over here, but then he didn't come back for a while, and then another guy patrolled more frequently than he should have, and you can't quite make sense of it, but you do have a basic idea. Guards go here sometimes, etc., but you don't know like advanced details of their routes. And you also take note that there aren't exactly a lot of farms. There's a few small farms that could barely be considered bigger than a garden, and they vary from size to very large gardens to on the smaller end of like a single field of crops and stuff like that. But there's one farm in particular that you would actually be able to call a respectable farm. and it doesn't seem to um, have the traditional guards that you've seen around the village around it. Instead, it just has a massive amount of workers there, more so than any other farm you've seen so far. And you can see there's one satyr who seems to be overseeing the whole operation. You make him out as the overseer. He's going around talking to different people, directing people, etc.
He must be the taskmaster then. All right.
And that's the only farm that actually really looks like it would have much in the way of value. The other ones are small, maybe manned by a few people at best.
Okay. So just to update my own character and player knowledge, I've been calling this kind of like island plantations. So these farms are like more so just big gardens than anything else.
Yes, all except the
very important
one.
information.
Yes, all except the one. The one is actually a genuine farm.
How many workers are on that one? As just I'm passing. I'm not going to approach it, but
You see, right now there's about 10 people. Not all of them are necessarily in the field, but there's about 10 people plus the overseer.
okay. How many of which are Frayne?
Probably say a good 5.
Okay. Male or female?
There are 3 males and 2 females.
Okay. About how many Fae in total have I seen so far on my walk?
You've seen quite a few. There are dozens, probably, like if you walk near the village, because there's a few thousand people in this village, and the vast majority of them are Fae. The primary being Faein, with a strong secondary being ogres, and a healthy minority of satyrs.
Okay.
So yes, there are quite a few Fae around.
All right. So the guards don't necessarily have disciplined patrols. It sounds like they simply walk wherever the hell they wish to.
Basically.
Okay. That is very dangerous for them. Yeah, that'll be enough information.
Yeah, this
right now.
And just about the guards themselves is that they are, they're blatantly not like a formal militia. Some have what looks to be makeshift armor, while others are just wearing normal clothes, and their weapon quality varies greatly between them, and it's just all very ragtag and makeshift. It's not anything even near formal.
What kind of weapon, to Kel's memory, was Rockbeak wearing when we were on the ship? Not wearing, what was he wielding?
His primary weapon was a spear.
Spear, okay. Do I find anything pole arm like that's iron on the way? I'm not stealing anything, I'm just making mental note if they're here.
Yeah, you see one or two of the guardsmen have some spears that seem to be iron tipped.
Okay. And now for the dangerous question. Are there any particularly stupid guards who have set their weapon down and walked away from it?
No. They're the guards that you see where you're walking right now are just in the middle of patrolling, and none of them have stopped or rested to sit anything down.
Okay. I'll peck my way back to the camp.
All right, and while the two of you were away, Phil and Grant, I would like both of you to make me perception rolls.
Oh shit, we're dead, Phil.
You can choose
that's fine.
sight or hearing, whichever one you prefer if you have a forte.
I choose sight with my blindness. All right, let's go. Perception, hearing.
Dumb as an oak.
I use
Sorry.
hearing as well.
All right.
That is, I have a 19, and I'm minusing from that. A 19, minusing 3 from that. So it is a 16. Because I heal very quickly when I'm in the quick. I heal very quickly even when I'm in the quick.
All right. So both of you are able to make out a noise that you can distinctly tell are footsteps crunching leaves and twigs coming from some bushes and underbrush off in the near, very, very near to your camp, uncomfortably close to your camp.
I am
This is like while you
unhappy.
guys are working on Rockbeak right now, doing your barbery.
I am going to look at Rockbeak. Oh, well, put my face in his general direction and put my hand over my tusks. Being like, and then shake my head slowly. I can tell how far away my little child friend is, yes?
Yes,
At this point? Alright, so how far are they away?
they are very far. They're a good almost, let's say, over an hour away from you at this point.
That's not good. I am. Am I anywhere near my staff, my walking staff?
Yes, you're in camp, so you're nearby the few
Okay.
belongings you guys have at hand.
So I'm going to, while remaining incredibly still, reach out slowly to pick up the staff. I'd like to make a stealth roll.
All right, go ahead. So you're gonna try to
Come
stealthily
on,
pick up the
double eights.
staff.
Yes, and also try to not make any noise or anything.
All right.
That's a double 1.
All right.
I'm not even kidding.
Go ahead and describe how you turn this into a critical failure. Then describe it for us. And remember, the more
So
entertaining you make it, the more XP you get.
So I'm going to slowly put my hand out towards where my staff is, and as I'm doing that, I like my feet kind of twist on a bit of like wet leaves and stuff, and I put my hand directly into where, like tripping over, put my hand directly into where the fire was, where we made camp for the night. Did we set a fire? I can't remember. I was asleep.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, we did.
I wouldn't definitely not have done a fire. No way. That's terrible.
Yes. Kel, did you make a fire?
I remember doing so. Yeah, it's mostly embers at this point.
Yeah, but I put my hand directly into the embers.
Ouch.
I yell out in Thraxa, "Fuck!"
All right.
But
What does Rockbeak do? He sees his tree man companion falling into the fire.
Is he on fire? Is he burning?
His hand got burnt, but I'm not gonna make him take any damage from it though. It's just it hurt basically, but he's not
All right.
on fire and burning.
I get up and I'm like, "Don't worry, buddy, I got you." And I go over there and I start urinating on his hand.
Nice.
nice. All right, sick. So I'm kind of on the ground with a painful and soggy, smelly hand, but I'm not. That's the thing. I don't mind a bit of urine, so that's fine by my account. Oh shit, dude. All right, so have the footsteps stopped? You know, I don't even care. My character would know at this point. His hand hurts too much. I don't even care at this point. Ow! In Thraxa. I have no grades in Sing, but I'm yelling it very loudly.
Rockbeak doesn't speak Thraxa, does he?
That's a negative.
Yeah, so he just hears him screaming in some foreign
Yeah.
tongue he's completely unfamiliar with.
I mean, I can assume. I mean, Brockby can assume what he's saying. You know, I mean, if I burn my hand and somebody pees on it, I'm probably gonna say the same thing. So
So you're mimicking me saying fucking Thraxa. Okay. Alright, sure. I love how like the first word you learned of the language of knowledge is fuck.
yep, just fuck.
Oh, 100%. Okay, so right. So I take I'm guessing 5 points of piercing damage from an arrow which is coming out of the trees, yeah?
No. You
Oh, okay.
you both well, I'll say Rockbeak, you're too concerned with your hand right now. But
Yeah.
Rockbeak, you notice the footsteps and the rustling in the bushes have stopped.
Ow.
Could I discern if they were like bipedal or if they were like a four-legged creature?
No, you did not roll good enough to get that much description. You knew they were there.
Also,
but that's about it.
Also, FT, I've taken a point of damage for the fire hand because that was my intention all along. Whenever I roll double ones, I make it so I lose health,
All right, that's fine.
which is really brutal. But okay.
All right, so
Okay, so yeah.
yep, you're on the ground screaming with a burnt hand. Rockbeak, the footsteps have stopped. They did not go away. I'll make a point of that. You know, they did not leave. They stopped.
Well, after I get done peeing all over his hand, I'll look in the general direction of where the footsteps were coming from and see if I see anybody.
Make me another perception roll.
This is a sight roll, isn't it?
Yep. So you're gonna take that
I have a
negative.
negative. Shit, I can't remember how much negative it is.
Wait, do you have poor sight?
He only has one eye. Yeah, his left eye is just a
Oh,
hole.
fuck me.
Yeah.
Between two of us, we have one eye. Oh, fuck me. Why did we get left alone together? Why?
You left the blind guys by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, so that's a -5 to your total roll.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I get a -2.
Oh, fuck me.
All right. You see absolutely nothing but forest and just bushes and trees, and that's about it.
I'm going to kind of get myself up, and with my other hand, grab my quarterstaff.
All right.
I'm like, I'm just gonna say to Rockbeak and Desizy and not try to hide anymore. It's just like, be ready to defend yourself. Well, also, sorry, that takes too long. Defend yourself.
All right, Rockbeat just he's just like he lowers his head and like puts his feet like into the dirt and he gets ready and he sticks his arms out and he's like, come on then, you fuckers.
And I'm gonna stand with my back to you with my with my quarterstaff held horizontally with my still one good hand.
What language you screamed that in, Rockbeak?
That's Zays. Well, fuck it, I'll scream it in every language I know. So that's Zays, Thuban, and Tahulian.
All right, so you just start cycling through every language.
I just start cycling to him, just telling him, "Fucking come on, bring it."
As soon as you say it in Thuban, you hear the footsteps again, but they seem to be going away, and they're rather quickly going away.
That's right, you fucking coward! Get out of here before you get the business into my beak.
You say that in Thuban as well?
Yep. Apparently they are scared of my ferocious Thuban.
All right, and you hear the footsteps quickly run away. You still can't quite see them through the underbrush and everything in the trees.
I look back at my tree companion like, I guess they're scared of Chthons, what they should be. They tucked tail and ran, so we should be good for now.
Flame Tender.
I'm going to with my good hand, put my hand on your shoulder, bring my face close to yours, and just so like it's like so the tusks aren't in your face, and like slowly just say, ow. Because my hand really hurts.
So, where am I in relationship to this encounter? I'm assuming there may or may not be someone trying to run past me down the trail.
I was actually considering that, and I'm gonna have you roll 2d8 straight, basically, just a random roll to see if they pass you or not.
15.
All right, they as you're walking back, you are going back to your camp, and you see someone burst out of the underbrush, and it's something that you have definitely never seen before in your life.
Ooh.
You see, he has a whole mane of quills that sprout from his head, and it runs down his spine and across the undersides of his arms. You see their fingers end in long claws with a long whip-like tail from the base of his spine and a hunched posture. He's about 5'8" and completely hairless. He has thin lips and a slightly bird-like nose with a cream-colored look to his skin with a yellow tinge. As this creature running as fast as it can. What's your speed?
Oh my. Where is my speed?
That'd be a 14. You have a 14 speed.
Okay, perfect.
He's running about as fast as you. He's not, maybe a little faster, and that you could run. And he just runs and he bumps into you, like his arm hitting you as he bursts out of the underbrush. You have no idea what the strange creature is, and he just bursts out of the underbrush and bumps into you and just keeps running.
Well, I'm going to assume that I heard him coming before I saw him, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to stop us here for a few moments. I would have gotten myself ready, and once he burst out of the underbrush, I would have steel chaired him in the chest.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
I'm going to drive my enormous heel through his sternum. Oh my god.
What'd you get?
Yes.
Oh, double 8s, right? First combat. Oh yeah, baby.
Knockdown.
All right.
Yay!
They explode. Don't forget, all 8s explode.
Oh god, we're gonna kill Sanic.
Unless you roll a 1.
Okay, all right. Hang on a second. All 8s explode regardless if it's a crit.
Yes, it's just any 8 explodes, but if you roll a 1, it suppresses it.
All right. Well, here I got another.
And 1s aren't added to your total, so just keep rolling until you stop rolling 8s or you roll a 1.
All right, I gotta add this shit up. We're gonna be here a while.
And there's no limit to how many times the 8s explode. I think the highest I've ever seen was like an 84 on a roll.
It's prestigious.
I am using.
That is a 42 on the heel in the chest.
All right, is that
Please tell
including
me I broke his sternum?
All right, is that including your negatives from the quick as well?
No, I'm just giving you the straight roll. What is my
42.
penalty for now? So I can
5.
Okay, so either way, I knock the absolute shit out of him anyway.
All right, and do you that's just a straight roll. That's not adding your bonus to hit or anything like that from brawl.
To brawl? Wait, are you skilled in brawl?
Hang on.
If you don't have any points in brawl, that is a -4 plus your dexterity modifier. So I added it up for you, and you got a total of 36.
I got him.
Yes, you did. You knock him down, and you do 5 additional damage on top of your normal brawl damage. So that is going to be a 2 just for your base brawl plus your strength modifier. Are you going to do 11 damage to him? You knock him and a knockdown, and you completely knock him out. So go ahead and describe what you do. As he bursts out of the underbrush, what do you want to do to him? You just completely decimate him. You knock him onto the ground. He's out cold. or dead, even if you want to
So
kill him.
I hear this moving in the underbrush, and I'm just a little absent-mindedly walking down the path. As soon as I see this moment, back to that instantly predatory brigand instinct here, where my right hand immediately went for that stone dagger, but I saw movement come out, and I just went for the right hand front kick to. I just assumed it was humanoids. I was gonna for the breastbone there, and so once my golden foot connected with his chest, I probably heard and felt no small amount of popping and crunching as the impact landed, and once I forced his ass into the sand, I kind of growl, "Where the hell are you off to in such a hurry?" And I just kind of wait there for a few moments, not necessarily listening to him. Well, not waiting for him to move, respond, and I immediately think I killed him. So I go and check if he is indeed breathing, or if his heartbeat is there, which I'm assuming is there.
Yes. He's just completely out cold, at your mercy.
I am going to ransack the absolute fucking shit out of this guy. He is uglier than goddamn sin. I'm gonna take his fucking shoes. He's gonna be
He's
naked.
actually naked.
Oh, good. Then I'm gonna gild him.
Guild! What the fuck?
But
Fuck me.
yes, he's naked with no weapon.
Oh, well, that's fine. So I don't have anything to ransack then, son of a bitch.
Yep.
No, okay, I'm up there, so I'm not gonna say anything.
So, well, here, hang on. I gotta make a roll to see. Oh, shit. You know what? I've never seen something like this before, have I?
No.
Oh. What does it, I mean, could I assume that it is something close to something that I've seen? And that's kind of just where my character's got like going mentally, kind of taking in his features.
It's bird-like. You have that much, but aside from that, you fairly certain this thing's not Fey.
Okay. Right.
It's not exactly hideous to behold, but it's definitely not beautiful to look at either.
Oh yeah, no, he needs Kel is a little on the vain side. No, he's uglier than fucking sin. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna cut his throat. Fuck that shit. He's ugly.
All right. So you just slit his throat.
I dragged him off the path into a bush somewhere, and I cut his throat.
All right.
My character is assuming that he was coming in the direction of our encampment, so he's
yes, he was definitely coming from that direction.
His Kel's logic is mostly, well, I don't need these people, or I don't need this ugly thing snooping in and around my companion, so I got to eliminate a threat.
Makes sense.
And eliminate it, you do.
All right.
Also, okay, and I'm up there. I didn't say anything.
Oh, no metagame. Come on now. Dead men tell no tales.
Well, yeah, I'm basically ammed at this point. I got like 1 health gauge left again.
So, Kel, I'm guessing you continue on back to the camp after you dispose of the body in the wilderness.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't drag it off like into the middle of nowhere. Probably just into a ditch.
All right. So we'll go back to Grant and Phil. So you guys just heard the thing, whatever it was, run off that was hiding in the underbrush. So what are you gonna do now? Do you just want to sit back down and go back to barbering, or?
Yeah, I just sit back down and continue with the last barbering roll. Like, I would start working on my hand, but at the same time, We'll make it with the same barbering roll.
All right, so you guys go back to trying to tend to Rockbeak, just ignoring what's going on. Rockbeak, are you going to just sit there, or you want to
Yeah,
go?
he just sits there. I mean, he doesn't have much of a choice. He's pretty fucked up. So, and he's pretty confident he's scared off the thing. So,
All right, maybe let's say like 10, 15 minutes later, after the thing runs off, Kel returns to camp. So go ahead and you guys can play out that.
So, boys,
Uh,
have you had anything interesting happen in the last hour or so?
yeah, I scared off something. He went a running.
Yeah, I'm kind of talking
I
with my
should put up my
bloody
hand.
dagger at this point. I think I may have found a butt-ass ugly inbred bird thing on this island. It, by the gods, gentlemen, it was absolutely vile.
My character's got a question and say, "Good eating."
I would not eat that with your mouth, so no.
I'm just gonna shrug.
It's in a ditch just over there. I'll tell him where it's at. I'll point to it.
Rockbeat kind of pushes him aside and eagerly gets up and starts hobbling over to it, licking his little beak.
I'll follow him over
When
there.
Rock, my character's actually gonna attempt to just put his hand on Kel's shoulder and like try to stop him. And let Rockbeak get a little while ahead out of earshot. And I'm just gonna say to Kel, be kind to child.
The child. Oh no! I was quite kind. He'll smile and then wink. And gentle. I was very gentle.
I'm just gonna like kind of frown at you and be like, I saw. Be kind, and then go off after Rockbeak.
Yeah. By the way, Rockbeat kind of walks like Danny DeVito in Tim Burton's Batman when he's Penguin, and sort of like Dick Van Dyke
Yes.
and Mary Poppins with the penguin thing. He kind of waddles like that when he moseys off. So just for reference.
That is so perfect, Grant. Oh my god.
I love how it's simultaneously terrifying, but also like, oh god.
Ooh. Oh no, man.
All right.
I have revealed information about my character.
No, just wait.
All right, Rockbeak, you go over in the general direction you were pointed, and you see the thing as I described before, except you notice it has its chest looks like his chest is literally caved in a little bit, and it has a slit throat.
He doesn't even really care about that. He goes in there and starts eating it. Does it taste good? Does it taste like shit? I mean,
It's very tough and leathery.
Tastes like chicken.
It is
now, Rockbeak, be mindful of the skin. We could make some boots out of that.
I guess I start tearing at his throat. It's already slit. I guess I'll start eating there
all right.
as to not damage his hide. Unless it tastes like shit, and then I'm just gonna spit it out.
To give you reference about how tough it is, its hide is it has a 1 hide rating, but your beak can tear through that easily. But it just doesn't make for a succulent meal. It's very chewy, but you can rend it with your beak very easily and tear chunks out. But it's very chewy, and it's the flavor of it is nothing like fey meat. It is very bland and dry and tough, and you wouldn't say disgusting, but it's definitely not tasty either.
Well, I guess I'll get a mouthful and then like tear some out for later and chew it like beef jerky or something, just to keep chewing it, to keep my salivary gland, my glands just salivating. So I'm just chewing on it. Something to do.
I'll pass that dagger on to make it easier for him to cut pieces off of him.
And that was a pretty good description that you gave. Basically, it's a lot like, imagine really tough beef jerky with almost no flavor, and that's basically what it is.
He gets his mouth full, and maybe have a little handful of some tendons and meat left for later, and then he just backs up. Like, all right, I'm done. You can do what you want with this ugly son of a bitch.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to have you make an outdoorsman roll.
Oh well, here we go, guys.
Oh shit!
Woohoo! I believe in you.
Believe.
Love how.
All right, I'm in the quick, and I have no outdoorsman, so it's like a negative 400.
That's a -9.
All right, here we go.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna
lying.
butcher this carcass. Here we go, guys.
Negative
Oh
4.
no, it's just -2 again.
All right. As you're rending into it, biting into it. One of the quills from the thing actually stabbed
yeah,
you.
but here we go.
Make a conditioning poison roll.
Oh, fucking course. God damn.
Does it poke me like in the face, like around my?
It pokes you right in the face.
You hear? As I I fall back on my shell, feet flailing in the air, trying to pull this giant barb out of my face.
Kel's gonna. Oh, for God, he's gonna grab his shell, hopefully around the spikes, pull him away, and try and get that quill out of his fucking face.
Rockbeak, roll.
I don't know what so I'm like, got my.
It's gonna be a -5 to your conditioning roll as well. But
I have +5, so it's just gonna be straight 2d8 then.
yeah, and if you have any conditioning forte and poison, you can roll that with it.
Oh, it'll be +2 then, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, I guess 10.
My boy.
I'm just screaming. I've been hit. Archers at the trees.
Alright, so I'm swinging with my quarterstaff, blindly, not knowing what's going on.
One moment, please. I just need to make a roll to see if I can beat Rockbeak real quick. And yep, all right, Rockbeak.
Yep,
well,
this is great.
Oh,
your face starts becoming irritated and inflamed, and
of course,
you're going to now receive a -2 to all your rolls for the rest of the scene.
I'm fucked, guys.
Fuck me.
All right,
I'm trying to pry this barb out with my one, my hand that's been maimed. There's one finger less. I can't get a grip on it. I got blood and viscera already on my hands and my mouth, and I'm trying to grab at it. I'm on my back, and I'm being dragged by Kel. I swear I've been shot. That we're being attacked from the forest. I don't know what's going on. I got one eye, and that always got blood and sweat all in. I don't know. He can't see nothing. He's just screaming.
I'm gonna pull that.
Quick question.
Rip a band-aid off.
Is Anair safe at the moment?
Yes, at this very moment, yes.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna touch my flower, which is in my cap. Racial ability.
Yep.
And then go over to Rockbeak and roll a first aid barbery thing to try to get the barb out.
All right. As you're going over there to try to help Rockbeak, you see Kel just grabs the thing and rips it out of Rockbeak's face before you can even get
just
there.
lets out a blood curdling.
Oh no!
Get yourself together, man. Walk it off, you fucking pussy. Come on now. Just a
his face is swollen from where it is. He's all puffy.
Yep. It's like swollen and inflamed, and it's like kind of like the face like swelling up in front of your good eye a little bit, making it even harder to see.
Everything's hazy. He thinks this is it. This is it. The gods have finally got him.
Oh no! I'm gonna take my first look at the creature and look at its quills and be like, oh, okay. I'm gonna all right. I'm gonna Kel, how are you holding? Are you holding your knife? Is it in a pocket or something?
The dagger is stuffed into the belt of his loincloth. Kel is kind of wearing a very Conan the Barbarian-esque pelt that not a pelt, a loincloth that's kind of stained wine red, and he's got a really broad kidney belt on it, so it's kind of stuffed into that.
All right. Is it metal?
It's probably got some copper plates on it, but not enough to be armor. Just it's clothes.
He does have a metal
Then,
small hand shovel on him that's made of copper, though.
Oh yeah, that's my trowel.
About the dagger. Is that a metal dagger?
No, it's stone. It's just a napped stone dagger.
Oh, awesome. So I'm gonna reach over and gently take that from your belt. Not trying to stealth it or like sleight of hand it. Just be like, you're doing something else. I need this.
You're kind of going for his junk, so Kel's just kind of looking at you like, "Whoa, what are you doing? You just want the dagger. All right. I'm gonna give you a weird look now."
I'm just gonna say, look up. It's like Rockbeak, look after. And then I'm gonna go over to the dead thing, and I'm going to kneel next to it, and offer up a prayer for this noble creature of the forest. And then start harvesting stuff from it.
All right. Do you want to like butcher it or skin it, or like what are you trying to do to it right now, or harvest its quills, or like what are you trying to harvest?
I'm looking to harvest its quills first, and I want to take a very long time to do it and be slow and careful.
All right. Give me an outdoorsman roll, and I'll give you a +2 to it for every hour you're willing to spend on harvesting it. But remember, you still already dedicated 8 hours to helping Rockbeak from that last roll as well, so factor that into how long you
Yeah, so I'm just going to spend about an hour looking after this little thing.
All right, so go ahead and give +2 to that roll.
Yeah, no worries. That's a +3, -5. No, -6. There we go. So minus... Wait, no. Hold on. What's in that outdoorsman again? Outdoorsman is enlightenment. Oh, okay. Oh, so that is a 13.
Also, because you're taking so much time, I'll let you not bother with the negative that you have in the quick, because you're taking your sweet time.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So it's fucking 17.
All right, so you spend a great amount of time and effort and carefully and meticulously harvesting each of the quills. It's going to take you a good hour or more as you slowly take them off. And they're in there. They're not meant to come out. They are like firmly attached into his body, so you have to really cut them out like around the base with the stone dagger and harvest them. What is Kel and Rockbeak going to be doing while he's harvesting these quills?
I'm going to be jealously watching our tree companion gather the poison quills, because that's exactly what I was going to be doing had someone not done so. But once I'm satisfied with Rockbeak quieting down, I'm going to smack him on the swollen bit. Y'all be all right.
Ah, you bastard! He just rubs his face and he waddles off like to a nearby tree, and then he just goes into his shell and just sits there.
Keep in mind, for the rest of us in the scene, Kel was mostly laughing at Rockbeak's pain. He was concerned that he didn't want his friend to die, but he was laughing like the frat boy asshole at a bar because you just like hurt yourself or fell off the curb. So yeah, no, wait here. Let me fix you and I'll smack it for you. Just walk it off.
All right, we
need to find a healer.
We're gonna go back to Emir now. So
Yes.
This is, you've been traveling for a couple of hours now. We'll actually say you're getting probably about halfway between the village and the mountain at this point. And the terrain is slowly changing from being forest to almost swamp.
Oh, wow.
So, are you going to try to keep going and trek through the swamp as well?
Yeah, so I know a little bit of swamp, so I am surprised to see something like this, and even a little bit encouraged by the look of it, because swamps are certainly have like interesting things, interesting fungi especially, and other ingredients. So yeah, as soon as I see the swamp, I definitely want to have a peruse towards it, and carefully, very carefully, look around for any sort of other strange like fungi or mushrooms or strange looking plants that I can slowly start to acquire a bit of a collection of like some sort of apothecary sort of items and ingredients.
As you're doing that, make a perception roll for me.
Sure. Is it going to be hearing or sight?
Sight.
Okay, so it's for during the day, so it's got -1. Okay. So that's going to be a total of. It's going to be a total of an 8.
All right.
Oh, sorry, 9. Make that 9.
All right. You spot something slowly emerging from the water. It is obvious that this thing's trying to sneak up on you, but you've spotted it.
Nah.
You see it is a large slug-like creature, and it has 4 small arms, 2 on its torso, like the top of its torso, and 2 midway down its torso, and then its body extends back into a long slug-like body. You see 2 large, stalky eyes that extend almost a foot from its head, and in one of its hands, it wields a small club as it slowly crawls out of the water, trying to creep up behind you.
My heart almost stops, catches in my throat. My eyes go wide as I quickly then just begin to bound away as this thing almost snuck up on me. I just barely caught it. I bound away as quickly as possible away from this thing.
All right, it is much, much slower than you as you quickly back away from it.
Yeah, and as soon as I get some distance, I want to sort of have another look at it from the distance, see if I can just inspect it and see what it's trying to do.
After it notices that
studying it.
you've noticed it, it starts seemingly studying you as well. Like it seems almost as surprised by you as you do by it.
What are you? I call out in Enduran.
It just stares at you for a little bit.
All right, this thing disgusts me. It's absolutely. I don't know. I'm gonna pick up a small like mud covered stone. I want to throw it at it. See what it does.
All right, are you trying to actually harm it, or are you just throwing like a small rock at it, or
a small rock? Yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, so you hit it and it like smashes it into its small, strange mouth. Its mouth droops down a little bit, like it extends outward from its head and droops down. And you see it's like some slime is dripping off of it. You smack it in its snout, and it curls its snout up and like puts both of its little hands over it, and like tries to like swings its club at you, way too far away. Like it seems like surprised and almost confused by getting hit by you. Like it doesn't really, almost seems like it doesn't comprehend how you hit it. And
yeah,
then
yep.
It calls out in some strange language that make a speak language roll for me to see if you can identify this language real quick.
Sure thing. Okay. That's gonna be 13.
All right, it calls out in the same tone is something you've heard before. It sounds like your tree companion. Like it sounds almost like him, but different at the same time. It's something you would guess it's a closely related language.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you see this massive creature. It leaps out of the water. It's probably almost 10 feet long, covered in scales. Its mouth is like a good 2 feet long, and it snaps this creature up, this slug thing, up in its mouth. It's literally, it almost fits into its mouth entirely. It drags it into the water. The creature's flailing, beating it with its club, smacking it on the snout, and it starts dragging it off into the swamp water.
My just absolute utter horror and shock as I see that. I was just standing there not so long ago. I very quickly start to move away, disbelieving, in shock of what I just saw. I start to move away from the swamp areas, that's for sure, and I begin to move around if possible, trying to head towards the mountain. But now my pace is certainly slower now as I'm looking around everywhere, frantically paranoid. This place is not as safe as I had initially thought.
And
does it look as if the swamp sort of was between myself and the mountains I was heading towards?
Yes.
I see.
You would think that if you want to go around the swamp, it would probably add another day to your journey.
Yeah. So this is probably like a couple hours in, definitely.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm actually gonna. It's taking too much time. I can't be away for too long. I need to find another place. Focus over there, towards the ocean. I start to make my way towards the ocean, towards the sea, sort of. Basically, if I was heading north towards the mountains and I came across a swamp, I'm gonna instead try to head west, so that I can maybe hit the coast, because I'm thinking there could be some like cliffs, caves, or rocky features. I'm looking for highlands, sort of rocky highlands, and other crags that you could reasonably get like solid shelter beneath. So right. I'm gonna abandon the quest for the mountain, I think.
And as you continue through the swamp, heading into the west, about another hour of trekking through this swamp, that's much larger than you originally anticipated it to be. And you continue through, you actually come across something off in the distance in the swamp. You can see it vaguely through the trees that twist and turn, and the trees make odd shapes in this place. Some of them are like almost in an S shape, and others they sprout up and then split out, and then their splits split out, not quite into branches, but something thicker, like almost like the thickness of the tree trunk even, but they're massive trees that just keep sprouting forward towards the sky. And there's vines everywhere. Like there's like vines covering almost every single tree, dangling from the tree. You see snakes periodically slither into the water and swim off. Fish jumps and makes a splash in the distance. You hear frogs all about. And then in the distance, can you make a perception sight roll to see how well you see this? You see something, but I can determine how well you see it.
Sure. This is going to be a total of 14.
You see something that you swear looks like huts, maybe. You can't quite tell what they're made of or what is inhabiting them, but you think you see movement, and you see what looks like some type of buildings. They look crude from this distance, but you can't quite tell what they're made of. It seems like in the center of the swamp as well, even though they're slightly raised on platforms between the trees.
Interesting. I'm a little bit hesitant. That's Nier is thinking perhaps it's some sort of bog witch of some kind. I She could be of aid if that is the case. Maybe. I gather some of the vines, as that makes amazing rope. So I grab some of the vines and just tie it around me a little bit, just to carry some of that. And yeah, I want to sneak up a little bit closer to the huts and just not go into it, but just definitely try and get a good vantage point to see if I can get a better look. But I will be hiding as I'm doing this. I want to see what this is exactly.
All right. Make a stealth roll.
Sure. Hey. It's going to be a 24.
All right. You sneak on up. You keep to the brush, hide behind tree, dodge between tree and tree, and you get a lot closer now. And these platforms, you notice they're not like constructed as you once thought, but they're actually really large branches from very thick trees that you notice are getting more and more prevalent the deeper and deeper you go into the swamp. And on these giant, massive, huge branches that are thick enough for you to walk on in some of these trees, these like massive, huge trees. And on top of them, there seem to be small huts weaved out of the various plant matter from the swampland around here. And between those huts, you see more of those slug-like creatures crawl about on the branches.
I scowl at that. These things.
It looks to be basically a village, if you didn't know any better.
Interesting. So I study the village a little bit and see if see if how many of them there are. It looks to be like 20 or 30.
Yeah, like around there,
around,
yeah, around that rough estimate. You would probably say around that number, about 20 of them or so.
Interesting. These things look like they can bend wood. If these things were to bend wood into a ship for us, maybe we could get off this place. Interesting. This is so foul. I kind of wince my nose slightly, crinkle my nose at them. I'm climbing this tree and just hugging it tightly as I'm gonna have a good vantage point above. And look around and make sure I can sort of remember the location as much as possible, trying to recognize some of these features, as it's very useful to be able to escape from prey. If you can lead them into another village or another sort of domain of another animal, you can cause a lot of chaos and escape. So I sort of commit this place to memory, and then I begin to slink away and attempt to head towards the coast.
And from what you can tell from your surroundings, this village seems to be almost dead center in the swamp.
Interesting.
But you continue on uninterrupted any further, and it's just getting nighttime. Aramon's eyes are just rising in the sky as the twin moons rise in the sky as you reach the coast, and you are along the coast and down the coast a ways. You actually see there's some cliffs further down the coast as it starts going up. Like there's a slope, like as you see the land, like you're downhill basically, but down the coast you see there's some cliffs over there. You would guess that you could be able to make it there. You might have to spend the night there though, unless you're willing to trek back through the swamp at nighttime. But you would be willing to make it there to those cliff sides.
It looks like traversable terrain, at least for me it is. That's okay. That's good. So I a bit tired, but still able to keep up a decent pace. I then recognizing that this could be a good place to hide. There's some cliffs over there, and we can find an alcove or a ravine. Yes, this would do. It's by the water as well. Yes, I kind of look over the water for a little bit. I think I need to go back. I'm going to start to make my way. Essentially, what I'm going to try and do is basically like a triangle. If you look on the map, I sort of headed towards inland, towards the mountain, and then like crossed and went to the west from the swamp, followed the swamp, and then hit the coast. So I'm sort of making a bit of a triangle back to our camp.
All right.
So I'm going to be traveling through the night. It looks like, which should be a lot easier now for me.
Yes, definitely. It's a massive relief to be out of the sun. For the rest of you, I will have all of you make conditioning rolls as you spend the rest of the day in camp, relaxing, tending to your wounds, etc., and harvesting those quills, of course. So, Phil, since you're the one who harvested them, put down on your in your possessions that you have a bundle of quills now.
Bundle of quills. I'm going to be sharing them with anybody else in the camp that wants them, as well. So
All right.
I guess it's I'll put it on my sheet, but it's more of a communal bundle of quills. The
All right.
communal quills, if you were.
So you can make your conditioning roll as well, Phil. Rockbeak, you failed. You
Yep.
your wounds doesn't matter. 2 barber rolls and a conditioning roll later, and Rockbeak still isn't feeling any better. And that quill is finally starting to subside, though, as you go to sleep. The inflammation is subsiding. It didn't quite last as long as you thought it would. You know, I'm sure you're rather thankful for the fact that it's slowly going away. You still feel terrible, though.
Fucking bastards.
Nothing for you, Phil?
I just rolled double 2s, so yep. My roll is completely ruined by the fact that I'm in the quick, so I don't heal much either.
All right, Kel actually does heal for 1 health.
Oh fuck! You know what? We need somebody
Whoa.
as well to heal us all, please.
A big old 1 point of vitality. Woot woot.
Yep, you
It's the sound of the police.
you're 1 step closer to getting out of the click now.
I'm feeling pretty tall, guys. You know. Ooh. I'm 5'9". Excuse me. I'm 6'9", but I feel like 10, 12, man. Ooh. 11 feet tall.
Please. I'm not, that's all my character is gonna say please and then roll over and he'll just like because he sleeps on his feet, so he'll just like say please and then his head's gonna droop and he'll just like go into a standing position and just like relaxed.
All right, you're sleeping standing up?
Yes, I sleep standing up.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Phil, after everyone's been asleep for a little bit, you're awake. You're awoken by a voice calling out to you. Anthraxa.
Oh, okay. Is it a slug person?
No. You hear it. It's and you look over there, and they're calling your name, your whole name. That I can't remember your name, your entire name, but they are.
Whole name.
They're calling out your name. And then,
Oh wow. Okay. Do I recognize the voice at all?
you would swear it sounds like your grandfather.
My character is gonna take off running.
Running away from the voice or towards it?
Towards the voice.
That would be a sight. I want to see
Whoa.
a tree man run, but I'm asleep.
Dude, it's like running with my 7 foot for 6 seconds. Just.
You start running out there towards it, and then you go and you see one of the trees You see a massive eye open in the middle of the tree, and it stares at you. And then
My character's gonna, as soon as he sees it, he's gonna fall prostrate on the ground. Yeah, and just saying "Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me" in Thraxa.
And then there is no forgiveness. You shall earn repentance. You are judged by merits. Merits alone. The seed is lost to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the eye just kind of stares at you.
I'm going to say, not strong enough, not fast enough. Send another for the seed. I can't. I am not worthy.
You must prove your worth. Prove your worth.
I have no worth. I have no worth. Send another. I beg you.
He will come. The one. The siren. The one. He took the seed. Their chief. He will come. When he comes, you must retrieve it.
I am weak and you are mighty. I am mortal, you are eternal. I will do everything in my power to free the seed. My power is small. I have friends. Please, please, forgive me.
Use them. Use all. Use everything you have. Use it all. You must retrieve the seed. Come with me. Each night alone. I must teach you. It is time. You learned the path.
I am gonna start. Probably my character will just start weeping from his eye sockets as sap-like tears run down his face. Is just like, you see in me what I cannot see. Why have you chosen me?
You are of my seed, of my line. You shall carry forth the legacy. You shall be the seed tender.
My character is going to, like, from his kneeling position, crawl and clasp the roots of the tree ahead of him, and say over and over again, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
And then once he's done with this and looks up again, the eye is gone and it's a normal tree.
Is it an oak tree?
Yes, actually. It's the only one you've seen on the island.
Oh wow, nice. All right. So my character is going to spend, a solid amount of time through the night, carefully digging up the plants and bushes and other things around the oak tree, and moving them away. Like if there's vegetation around the oak tree, because oak trees naturally don't have that much vegetation around them because they poison the soil, which is awesome.
Alright, you tend to it and make sure that the area around it is perfectly fit for it. And
Yeah. I guess I roll farming.
no, I won't make you make a roll. There's not a lot of work that needs to be
Okay.
done here, so you can just you're fine with it as long as you have at least one grade in
Okay.
farming, so that you know what you're doing. You're fine.
Yes. And all and all the while, I'm just like muttering to myself / saying to the tree, um, in Thraxa, my native tongue. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for like I will not fail. I will be worthy. Thank you. And just over and over, like and different variations on that, and the sort of like prayer. And yeah, helping that like depending on how long it takes me. But if I finish before dawn breaks, I'm going to essentially stand as close as I can to the oak tree, caressing it and then using my racial ability on the oak tree, and then essentially going to sleep as close as I can to the familiar bark, with the scent of oak and like just like doze off, because it reminds me of like my family, reminds me of something where I would call home. Yeah, that's the end of my scene. Ta-da! I'm an oakman.
As you're about finishing your task, still maybe a few hours before dawn, you hear a distant, ever so quiet rustle of leaves and the wind and the night sky. The moons are shining down, and from the gloom, almost melding out, you see a form. It's been standing there for a little while, watching, but now it moves forward slowly towards you. You see the straw hat attached to, pinned by two horns. A small creature approaches.
You can see perfectly well in darkness, can't you?
Very well, yes.
Yes? Very well?
Yep.
Okay. So again, you can see the tears all down the front of me, in the rags, dripping off the tusks, and like the biggest grin that you've ever seen on my face. Like it's the last few days haven't been great. I'm on literally 2 health gauge. My body is broken. But you have never you may have known me for a while. You've never seen me more happy, more at peace, and more full of joy. I'm gonna without touching you and looking at you from like a distance away, whisper. Well, as much as my character can modulate his voice, grandfather spoke to me in Dazazian. I am worthy. He will forgive me. I must work hard, but he will forgive me.
Your grandfather. I look up at this majestic oak that you're standing next to.
My grandfather.
You are...
Not this one.
I see.
Can you keep secrets,
Yes.
child?
Yes. Uh, my name is Inia.
Inia. I say, testing the words out. I'm gonna like get down
Yes.
to your level, and like beckon you closer.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to say this very loudly.
I
I'm
shuffle
gonna
closer.
I'm
I'm a, sort of a deer-like ear, kind of like projects itself, twists and projects itself towards you. Just my left one twitches slightly.
I'm gonna say this. Grandfather was eternal. Grandfather was oak and root and soil. He was troll, ancient, powerful. I am sired from him. I lost seed from grandfather. Uncle was lost. I must find. We are children, both. Shall I will help you? Will you help me?
Just amazement washes over my face. You are of the trolls? Is that it? There's shock and awe on my face as I look up at you.
I am orc and troll. Beast and tree. Plant and person. I
Wow.
am young. And I just stop. It's like, how old are you? I just like stop and like kind of like look at Enia.
I believe 120 cycles now. I believe. But you are like,
small.
well, you are big. You are big like the ogres,
My
but you
kind live for 1,000 cycles. How long do you live?
my kind do not live very long. We are hunted where I'm from. We are eaten. We are killed. And we kill. It is a different life. Not like that of the
I look
ancient
really
forest and the trees.
Yeah, I look
We
really
are.
sad.
Yep.
Like the joy in my face as you're saying this kind of goes, and like it's just like, oh. I would say it's like not with me. I will not let them. And kind of like like I kind of like bring out my big quarterstaff. That's the thing. It's only a quarterstaff compared to my size. It's more like a log.
Yeah, it's a log compared to me. Yeah.
It's yeah. I'm just going to just like because I've been leaning on it all this time. I'm just going to bring it up into the air, and like I am, and then I'm going to bring it down on the ground, on like in like a place where I've like cleared around this tree, and this is the fastest you've seen me move, definitely. Probably the fastest you've seen most people beside you move in a long time.
Wow.
I wield this quarterstaff incredibly quickly and incredibly well, and the crack which it makes when it thuds into the earth just reverberates in the quiet forest underneath the the wood, in the quiet underneath the moons with the trees. Probably birdsong stops as well, because it's I'm very good at this. It is something which I am good at.
I look up at you in amazement and I say,
I'm just gonna look from where I smacked into the earth.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was like, you are safe with me.
I look up at you in amazement as your grand display of your prowess. I look at you and say, well, you are of the wood, you are of the trees, you are of the forest. Yet you're so kind. You are so gentle. I rub my sort of a taloned hand across your forearm where you're holding your staff. What? Why? Why are not all the wood, all the trees, all the places? Why are they not like you? The forests where I'm from, the trees are shade us, they protect us, but they also house dangers. What must I do to get such a blessing? To be able to, so the trees themselves protect me.
Ancient secrets, powerful secrets, secrets even I don't have, secrets I could not tell you.
Of course.
I'm just gonna, I, but I am gonna say after that, because you look dejected and shit. Goodness, my phrasing there. Something along the lines of, I will ask grandfather. Maybe you too can learn.
I've heard a little bit of the gods. My family, my tribe sisters, we never prayed to any of them. We knew that the ones that created us were hateful, created us for sport, created us to be killed and to kill. We never really cared much for the divine, but I look down and take out this brooch, this copper, this metal, this medallion, and it has a symbol of a etched chariot upon it. I hold it in my hand, kind of tentatively. This is a symbol of a goddess, the one who pulls the sun across the sky every day. It's a goddess. Wasn't there some sort of hatred or some war against the gods and of you all?
I'm gonna look uneasy. What's my religion? Oh, I got 1 point in 2 points in theology. So I'm gonna say it's
It's a symbol of Ra.
yeah. I wouldn't know of RA in particular, but I would know of the gods versus the trolls. Trolls kill gods. Gods break and chain trolls. Some things are beyond us. Some things are higher than us. I was broken by spiders, and I'm like looking like uneasy. It's like and like so. I mind not who you serve. If you are kind, that is good. And I'm just kind of like, I just kind of shrug. Like, I'll raise one of the good gods. She's good.
Yeah.
Like,
As you say that, then I kind of lean forward and sort of nuzzle without stabbing you with my claws, with my horns, and sort of messing up the straw hat a little bit. I kind of nuzzle my head against your giant oakish hand that's holding the oak staff, and sort of a strange primitive gesture of appreciation. I have news.
I'm gonna be like, what news?
I was traveling towards the mountains, and I saw creatures strange, disgusting creatures of some sort of mass, some sort of fat. When you cut open a stomach, creatures like that, there to the north in the swamp, they spoke a language similar to yours. I will show you all as soon as everyone can move again. Is everyone else asleep?
Rockbeak hurt. Curl slowly heal. And then I show her like my burnt, like blackened hand. Just like I hurt.
I look sympathetically at that, and a pained expression comes across my face as I see that damage. And now I'm getting a better close to you. I'm closer look at you. I'm seeing like all the cracks in your on your wooden skin and everything. And I've got some grazing outdoorsman, so I could probably use that to determine the health of this tree, man. And I'm like, oh, actually, this guy's really messed up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that'd work.
So so I kind of inspect you.
Like there's like my blood. Yeah, my blood is like clear and kind of yellowish, and when it congeals, it turns into something kind of like amber. When it clots over, like in terms of scabs.
We need to find a place to rest. I believe I found a place further than the swamp. We must go there tomorrow. We can hide there from the ogre and from the others. We can heal. And I rub a hand up against your arm slightly. We can rest.
I'm gonna shake my head. I cannot leave grandfather. And I like stroke the oak tree.
Then ask him to come with us. I kind of give you a puzzled look.
I'm gonna he's like frown and be like, the logistics of taking an oak tree across. Just kind of runs through my
as that thought bubble rises above your head. Yeah, as that thought bubble rises above your head of like logistics, like taking a tree, while in Ani's head it's just like, well, obviously the tree's just gonna spout legs and just like have a casual stroll to the other side of the mountain, just like I see you do.
Walk.
So that's obviously the case.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah, so just take him with you. Just ask him to come, and he'll come.
I will ask. And I'm gonna be like kind of preoccupied, being like, would he even like? Can he go from oak tree to oak tree? is this like the one oak tree which his spirit is in currently? Because I saw the enforcers burn him down. So I don't. I don't know, man. I have to work this out. So I'm gonna. It's like we stay here one more night, at least.
One more night.
You sleep? And I'm gonna ask her.
Yes, soon. Soon.
I'm
Tonight.
just gonna say, sleep in tree, and I'm gonna put my hand on the oak. I'll be like, I will stand under. I will stand guard.
I nod at that. I then grab some of the vines that I've gathered, that I've sort of wrapped myself with for easy transport, easy carriage, easy carrying, and I then like bundle it together into like a large bundle of rope, and I just hang it off you, because that's a convenient place to put these things. So just put some vines on your back.
Okay. Yep.
Much like one would hang a coat.
Yeah, because I do got like. Yes. Okay. All right,
Protrusions and
so
stuff,
my coat
yeah.
back now, that's fine.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm mostly tree. Yeah. I'm gonna like help you up into the tree, I guess, but like putting like my hand midway up so you can climb up. I'm not very strong. But I can, I guess, support your weight.
As you sort of bend down to help me up in the tree, I kind of stop and I look down at the pendant, the medallion, the brooch I have. Just a while. I need to go check on the others. I'll be back.
Of course. One last. Trust God's dangerous. Be careful.
He seems to be a bit shaken by what he's just said. But I then slowly nod. I look up at you, look at the tree, look at the oak, and I slowly nod. I slowly nod as I meld away into the shadows.
All right, so
Nice.
this is like roughly like in the middle of the night. Would Kel have gone to sleep yet? Like you said, he wasn't asleep, but I'm like, about what time would he have gone to sleep?
He hasn't gone to sleep yet, so he's laying on his straw mat, just kind of relaxing and waiting for sleep to come. But I'm kind of playing it like he's had a full day, so he's wide awake. So he's going to go visit the shoreline. Hopefully that'll clear his thoughts.
All right. He goes off and you visit the shore, and from the shore you can see off far in the distance the faint light of Morgul across the ocean. You're close to the ring of fire surrounds Kvegathale. Not close enough for the heat to be unbearable, but close enough that it's very, very hot in this area.
I'll look on and endearing as my hair was a gift from fire.
But,
sorry, go for it.
the warm water washes against your feet as the tide rolls in and out. Contradiction between you're staring at fire incarnate, you're staring at Morgul in the far distance, while Leviathan water itself laps against your feet. The two opposing forces, both within sight of you. Something that not many people see at the same time in their lives.
I am at complete and utter peace. Just like kind of like my background, I'm just kind of like standing there barefoot as Leviathan kind of tickles the top of my feet and my toes, and I just find that that inner calm, that serene emptiness, and I just well, shit. And I just take in my surroundings. I'm paying attention to the world around me. I'm not like easily to be snuck up on at this point, but I'm just existing and actually happy, legitimately happy for once.
Because incidentally, you are being snuck up on. As I'm going to try and sneak up.
Is that a
Probably going to be perception, hearing, or sight.
oh, okay. If you're coming from the tree line, then my back is to you. It will be aural, not sight. Let's see here. Oh shit! Lots of explosions this session. 22.
Okay. We tied. I got a 22 as well.
Whose bonus is higher? Whose total bonus? Unless that's tied too. What's your bonus to your rolls?
My bonus is going to be +3 plus. I got a forte as well, so it's going to be +7, and then with a forte.
You got me beat then. I think you got me beat on 2 if my math is correct.
All right, so we'll say that she's able to get the drop on you then.
Ooh.
So
Wince.
as you're staring off into the sunset, as the twin eyes of Araman, the twin moons, are staring down across the ocean.
So you'll hear me sigh and just kind of, well, shit. And I'll be speaking to A's.
Suddenly, you feel yourself grabbed from behind. An arm goes around your neck, and the other arm wraps around your thigh. As then you feel razor talons, claws, almost slide into your skin as you hear heavy breathing and the sudden feel of warmth as something behind you has grabbed a hold of you and up against your neck, taloned razors, and against your midsection, kind of hugging you from behind.
You know, people get hurt doing that.
Yes, I know. I kind of purr into your ear as the eyes are staring down, and then I'm gonna try and grab you and just throw you down.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to throw my 200-pound frame.
Sure, I would definitely try. I can probably roll brawl something.
Okay, let's hear it. All right.
So it's gonna be brawl. 7 on the dice, and then +4 plus. That's gonna be 14 for me.
Ooh. What do I roll to oppose that, Alan?
Brawl v brawl.
Yeah, we can do brawl versus brawl. And remember, if you have no ratings in it, it is an additional -4.
That is 22 before the penalty. So
Oh, very nice.
8.
So I tried to pull you down and throw you against the sand, but your tremendous weight stops me. So I'm still grabbing a hold of your back, still kind of latched on, but I'm not able to budge you. I'll give you the action over to you.
I'm gonna request something of the flame tender here, since she's kind of hugging me from behind. Can I, with my offhand, like sneak my hand around and grab a fistful of her cloak and then just kind of peel her off of me with one arm and then just bring her in front of me?
You won the brawl roll, so yeah, I'd say you basically have control of the situation, and you
I
you're
will.
trying to pull her to the front.
I'll peel her off of me, and I'm not going to hold her off the floor, off the beach. So your feet will actually be in the sand, but I've got a firm grip on you.
And you see wild eyes, green, staring at you, just a shaking trepidation demeanor, like a wild frenzy in my eyes, and my mouth is slightly open. Just my hands are twitching and shaking as I'm looking at you, just with tremendous want.
You sure
Is
you
this
want
how you want to do it? It's after all what the speaking tree said, isn't it? The gods do not care.
I am not fond of being watched in such an act. And he kind of very pointedly cocks that eyebrow a little bit accusatorially, not quite piecing together what our tree companion said, but I am also alluding to that I almost got a talking to because of this. So she can piece together what his meaning is.
The goddess, the gods, they do not care. But others do, don't they? And I grab a taloned hand. As you're sort of holding my cloak over, I do bring that hand and I caress your cheek. I look pained for a second. Before then, I just can't hold it any longer. And yeah, I'm going to. I suppose this will be like. I suppose it's going to be like a guile sort of seduction sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Do you roll meditation mind control at any stage?
Nope.
Is there an enchantment
Okay.
that's your seduction there?
Nope.
No.
It's
I
just,
I was like, ooh, oh man, she might have me beat then if she's got a handicap. Oh. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
okay. It's gonna be.
I will.
That's gonna
make
be.
you
That's
aware
gonna be an
that,
18 total. It's gonna be an 18 total.
Okay. I will make you abundantly aware that I've got you out at arm's reach, and you're not going anywhere unless I let go. So,
Sure. So I kind of in as best I can in his position, begin to coo and purr slightly as I run my hands along your strong forearms. And are you sure you want to play a game? It's what you said earlier, isn't it? Hunter and prey.
well,
Let's play.
Now, you're the one who's caught. I'll just look at my fist that's just below your chin with the rest of your tunic and cloak caught up.
I'm gonna try and slide a hand, like shimmy out of it. Obviously.
All right.
So it's probably gonna be straight roll. It's gonna be +4. I'm trained in it. It's gonna be 12, Alan.
To get out of your cloak.
Yeah, just shimmy out of it.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
that he's no longer grasping hold of me.
You
I
can get
throw
the cloak
drop
off
and
easily.
yeah, the tattered cloak falls away, and I'm dressed in like some sort of like wolf pelt, wrappings. It's something very very primitive like. As I then, yeah, as I then will attempt to essentially just like grab a hold of you and feed essentially. So I suppose it'll be a defense roll.
Huh.
All right,
To
go
be
ahead.
honest. All right. Oh, I didn't roll well. This might be good for you, man. All right. I only got 13.
All right. Here, hang on. Oh, that'll be 27 before penalties there. So I'm again, Alan. I'm so sorry. I got to write this down. I'm at a -4 penalty.
Yeah, -4 now because you healed. Yeah.
I got 13. So what's your?
So what? Just describe the situation for me. Am I?
Sure.
Is this? Is she coming at me with lust in her eyes, or is she
Yes.
coming at me with? Okay. So she's a biter then. All right. If that's the case, then describe for me what she's trying to do. I'm assuming she's trying to tackle me and take me to the floor, or
Yeah, that's it. Using claws.
ooh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to essentially with that roll, I'm going to let you, but I'm going to make sure that I mount you as we're down. Actually, we both hit the sand and the curtains will close because the lovemaking will be on.
Indeed. As the sort of like green eyes stare at you with just hunger during the scene. And very quickly, we'll probably make some vigor-based. I'm going to do like a vigor drain, unfortunately, on you, as that is something that I can do.
Okay.
So roll vigor conditioning. If you've got life force, that's gonna help. And I'm gonna roll my outdoorsman
Life
hunter.
force. What?
Oh.
Okay. Total noob here. What is life force?
It's
It's a forte if you have it.
Oh, then of course I don't. Come on now, John.
So basically, you'll just roll. It'll be conditioning plus your vig rating -4
Ooh.
for your roll.
So dice plus conditioning plus vigor -4.
Yeah, vig the rating, not the entire score, but the
The modifier. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
All right, so I got a 13 total. I rolled poorly.
Oh, god damn. Even so, he beat me by 2. All right.
All right.
So what's going on?
Just during, as the night sort of passes, and I wildly ravage you and mount you and claw you. Your chest is clawed and raked during this process. This is probably something akin to that ogre horror you had back in Bale, except this is as just as vicious, really, as very quickly in this sort of situation as we're both like wrestling and wrestling on the sand on the beach, as the twin eyes are staring down this sort of eerie glow, this pale, beautiful fairy fae, a white woman from the dark forest is just raking you and loving you, but she's also feeding on your very life force as you feel this spectral red aura begin to glow around her, especially around her claws, as you feel pieces of your soul, your life force begin to flow into her as you feel slightly weakened and lethargic, as if you're just recovering from a cold. She's glowing with vibrant, pale perfection and health and vigor as she rides you and enjoys you fully, even enjoying more than your flesh, enjoying the taste of your soul, even as the twin eyes stare down on the beach as a ring of fire in the distance burns. But still, there is that caress, that affection as she caresses your cheek. Gives you a wild time. Gives you a wild time.
Oh, good, fantastic. At least we're putting on the on a show for Ahriman. But hey,
100%.
I'll yeah. If she can gaze into Kel, is his soul there? You will see that there was once a softness in his youth, as when he was a boy, when he was living with his own people. But a horrible thing happened to him when the Mihangi came to rape, pillage, and burn across the fields that he used to inhabit, and he took it upon himself to leave. He spent quite some time in the lands of humans around Cold Harbor, and most of it was in Bale, just taking in the cosmopolitan, even though that absolutely was not his element. But
as these sort of flashes of these memories, these visions sort of come across, at the end, there's a look of sadness, and some tears begin to well up in my eyes as then I caress your cheek and I say, we are so similar. I almost have the same story. So far away from home. No, that is not a home anymore. I'm looking for something else. Someplace else.
he says nothing, but just simply nods. As Harry and as I mean, this is probably a post-coital pillow talk here, but
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Yeah,
he'll comment as hairy and as poor-smelling as humans are. I have found that their companionship can sometimes be enjoyable. That does not save their species. No, that most of them are foul and awful, but there are a few that make traveling with them worthwhile.
they are easy prey.
Oh, of course.
Easy prey.
Do you know how many throats I have cut and how many purses I have stolen? Oh, it's too easy.
Yes. Yes, for you it is. That is good. You need to be strong.
He'll
And
just
you
kind
should-
of look at the cuts and bruises on his chest and all over his body.
As you look, yeah, as you look at that, I look.
Yeah, and that's your fucking fault.
And I look at that, and I look at just your fucking cut up. Someone's came at you with a knife, dude. I look at that and I say, and you should be careful around people like me. As I get a pained look in my eyes, as an expression on my face, as I begin to get up and gather my things and begin to walk away. Give you a glance before I walk and disappear back into the woods.
And
Kel will stay there and watch the horizon for about another hour, and then he'll return to the camp to actually sleep.
Unfortunately, maybe a little bit difficult. Just quickly, Rafe. So you register you've lost 1 point of vigor. This is your big score. However, your health gauge also is affected by this. Your health gauge goes down by 1. Your vigor score comes back at a rate of 1 per day. So
Okay.
sorry, dude, but yeah,
Well,
That's gonna make things harder.
that is your fucking fault.
100%.
Yep, that's what I
No,
was.
actually, no, it's your fault, man.
Hey, I was flirting. You didn't have to.
Man, you boosted 4 times. I rolled meditation like when you made that roll. Yeah, I got like a 2. You got like a 27. Yeah, nah. But
So I will.
as I'm walking back, I'm sort of ruminating over. Once again, I've hurt someone, and yeah, I'll jump that into my soliloquy later. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little bit invigorated, but at the same time, there is that lingering shadow of that. I go back into the tree, and I curl up and trance in the great oak.
And then when so Kel returns, and as sleep takes you, you drift into the dream once again. Um, you as you drift into the dream again, the nightmare takes hold once more, and you you're walking, and you're in your homeland again, but it's different. It's not quite how you remember it.
a sour look on my face, realizing where I'm at.
But you're a man, but you're yourself, but not quite yourself. You
In what way am I not myself? Just
It's like
be there with you.
you're not as big. Like you yourself are, pretty strong and very large, but you're smaller, frailer. But you're still an adult. You're still a man, a full man,
Am
but
I?
just smaller.
Or okay. All right.
Yeah, you're about your age. That's what's rather confusing about it. You still have your hair, your long flowing red hair. The village you're in is on the edge of a river.
Yeah.
You never been here before, but you swear that you have, even though you have no memory of it. It just feels familiar to you. You go through the motions of your day. You have a wife that you don't remember the name of. You have a child, a daughter. There,
I realize I'm dreaming because I've never had these things.
and as you keep going, you almost lose yourself as your actions become more and more blurred, and you have less and less control of them as you keep going and going. And people's faces begin to fade and leave nothing but blank faces. And the voices begin to fade. Darkness begins to creep up all around you. You hear a crackling laughter coming from the darkness. You see a long, gnarled claw that has the appearance of almost like burnt rubber for a hand, with a single massive black claw, nearly half a foot long, reaches out of the darkness and caresses you under your chin. Not unlike what you experienced the previous night, but this hand, it's disgusting. It's nothing like what you've seen, and it smells like pine, like from the forest of fear. And then the hand reaches out and you're paralyzed, and it wraps around your throat. And then you wake up to the feeling of having your breath stolen, a massive pressure on your chest, and your chest is slightly wet, and you smell wet pine. So
Rockbeak, you're awake a little bit before Kel awakes because he stayed out late. So you're awake when he wakes up. And you too, Rockbeak. You smell something. You smell wet pine. It's not quite something that you're used to smelling, but you've smelled it before. So you guys go ahead and play that out as the others are away from camp right now.
I'll startle awake with a snarl. And then I'll just sneer. And Dazazays, well, if you're going to come for me in my dreams, coward, come fight me now. And I'm just snarling into the darkness.
Who the hell you talking to? Ain't nobody there.
Just another bad dream then.
Looks like someone fucked you up in your sleep. Jesus, man.
He'll kind of look down at the
In more ways than one.
down at the cuts like he just got in a fight with a cat. Oh, and he'll just smile real fucking wide.
More like a tiger. These claws are huge, man.
I didn't say
You're really messed up.
how big the cat was, man. Come on now. He'll just if Rockbeak can perceive his expression in the low light, he'll just smile, and then he'll wink, and then he'll glance over at Onir's tent.
By Mole's hairy cock, you sly bastard.
He'll the laugh is in character, and he'll lay back down with his fingers intertwined behind his full head of red hair, and just kind of, yep. I mean, no more of that until all this shit heals. I'm gonna make her fix this. That is exactly what I'm gonna do in the morning.
Rockbeat just mumbles like, yeah, they're over here rutting like oppalangs, and here I am, just getting shit on by every god known to everyone. I can't even get my damn finger fixed, and I can't cut a tree down. You just fuck everything.
You know, we should find you a Chthon woman. Ooh, how does your kind? And this is when like the two middle school boys who just hit puberty are now going to be talking until like 4 o'clock in the morning about the girls they like. This is the kind of conversation. So what is it for Chthons? Do you like touch something? What is there? Like signs? What is it like for?
Nah, it's normally when you're in there with the clan, each woman would lay their eggs and they would pick one male to go there and fertilize it. You just walk over there, and do your business over the eggs, and they get all fertilized. I probably got a few babies running around myself, but I don't know. They're raised by the clan, and fuck the clan. I ain't in that life no more.
Well, what if you were the chieftain of your own clan, like a group of seafaring Chthon? See that? Hey,
I don't like Leviathan. I don't want to be living on the sea. Hell, I miss the mainland. I want to go back. I don't like this place. This place is hell. All the hells combined.
then we are in agreement finally that we need to escape, huh?
Oh, of course we do. As soon as we got stranded here, we need to get the fuck off this place. This place is horrible.
You said you wanted to join the guard here.
Well, yeah, you gotta get the guard down. You gotta earn their trust. You go in there, they think you're one of them. You steal their shit. You rebel. You kill them all. You get a boat. You go back to the mainland. But you just go there and you kill them all. I mean, it means to an end.
All right, objective number 1. That is what we're going to be doing. I want to kick those that satyr and whoever his companions were out of that big tent with the spikes around it. I want to see what's in there. That's got to be some good stuff in there.
Well, if you keep rutting around, and getting worse for wear, and I can't even get my damn wounds to heal, we ain't never gonna get this fucking place.
All right, I will become a celibate priest of insert god here, and until then, and we kill all of the satyrs, and you can eat them all. There will be no frivolity. How about that?
Hey, ain't none of my business if you want to fuck yourself to death. I mean, go ahead, but I kind of need you around to get off this fucking island.
All right, I apologize, my friend. I will ask next time I want to have my pole greased, if you will.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, yeah, now you're just fucking with me. You know what? Fine. Yeah, haha, I got you. But yeah, we're gonna get off the fucking island, all right? One way or the other.
Of course we will. I'm just jerking your chain. How's that cheek? And I'm gonna raise my hand like I'm gonna reach over and slap him again.
He retracts his neck, just his face goes back into his shell, sort of like you get hit with cold water right in the groin. It just retracts back in there for a split second, and he just gives you a stink eye with his one eye. It's like, you fucking bastard. Yeah, it's all right now.
I know better than to stick my hand in the turtle shell. I don't want to lose this thing. It's a very strong hand. It's good for several things.
If that's how Chthons breed, do they even have a concept of what a bastard is?
No, they probably don't.
No, but Rockbeat, he's been many cycles above ground and learned different cultures, so he gets the concept of a bastard. There's none in their society.
True.
I mean, technically, they don't. I don't know if it's possible to know who's sired who. It's just you just go over there, you squat down, and you just jack off all over his eggs, and then they're just born. You don't know who daddy is. I guess I don't know. I guess they're all bastards.
It's also a language thing as well. Daziz, there's definitely bastards, a word for bastard in Daziz, and that's going to be like
there's a word for bastard.
Pejorative.
Rockbeak really liked it. Yeah,
it's just pejorative. Yeah,
I'm assuming whenever he says bastard, he says the Dazazayan word for bastard because it's not his mother tongue.
Exactly.
But he spent enough time around humans that he knows, the concept. But yeah, it's not a concept familiar to most Chthon.
No, I will be taking it quite easy until I'm fit to fight again. There's been too many close calls. In the morning, I will tell you what I saw in the village on my walk.
I must piss off all the gods. This damn wound isn't healing. It's probably gonna fester. Probably to take the whole fucking hand off. It's just my luck.
Well, of course, Rockbeak. Look at you. You're hideous. No god would want to look at you.
Well, I mean,
just complete serious deadpan. I'm like, well, duh, of course they don't like you. Look at you.
they're just jealous.
You're quite handsome for a Chthon. No, there's no nobler of a beak than yours.
I mean, you just stating the obvious now, It rubs his beak a little bit, kind of little pride swelling in his eye.
Rockbeak, I've
Please
got
take the attractive advantage, please.
Oh God!
I've got something important that you might wish to know.
I'm listening.
Traveling with humans, I've come up with a very specific set of skills in the art of killing. You understand what poison craft is?
Yeah, and I don't like it. I prefer to see them, the look in their eyes as I disembowel them right before my eyes instead of the sneaky stuff. But I know what you're talking about.
That is one of my many items in my repertoire, just in case we need it in the future. At least someone of our number knows.
Well, that pricky man that you killed, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some poison in there, 'cause that shit hurt.
Oh, I can just tell you were squawking like a chicken.
I wouldn't go that far. It's kind of dramatic, It may have stung a little bit. It wasn't nothing.
Were absolutely squawking.
Like you must have been out your mind or something. Your fey touch or something. I don't know.
I have never once lost my faculties thinking about that ogress prostitute. Never, never once have I lost my faculties. You were squawking, and you know it.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, You keep telling yourself
He
that.
just turns around, doesn't look at Kel, just turns around. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll remember that. There's a barge coming, Rockbeak. There's a barge coming.
And then at this point, the others kind of made their way back to camp if they so wished to. I don't know what the two of you are going to be doing, but if you want to go back to camp, then you'd be walking in right about now.
100% walking back in.
I am riding
On
on the tree. That's cool.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. You can ride back in. That's fine.
I'm like only 125 pounds. I'm like 55 kilos. Like, I'm not heavy.
Okay. That's all right. I can carry that.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing Anir instantly notices as soon as she gets back into camp is she smells pine tree. That's something she's very familiar with, and she smells it immediately. Wet pine. And there she knows all the traveling she's done on this island, there's not been a single pine tree.
Okay, interesting.
Would I know that too with my outdoorsman forte in land trees?
Yes, you could recognize the smell too.
Okay.
And you
Nice. Okay.
both recognize it's coming from Kel.
Okay.
All right.
So I want to sort of make a personal roll, see if I want to get a theology of 15 to see if maybe I can associate with this something. Let's see if I get it. No, I'm not going to get it. Okay. Yeah, so I smell that, and I look over as I then jump off the walking tree. Dada ka Tsuchibi Chichi Biamakia, and then I grab some of the vines that I collected yesterday, and I kind of throw it in the middle of the camp as sort of like a place to just put stuff. And then I notice the smell. That smell. It smells like pine.
And he did not smell like that last night when you were with him.
Yeah, definitely. So I start sniffing, and I start sniffing towards, and I come up to you, Kel. I start sniffing the air around you.
Has
you smell
night
that?
passed already?
Yes.
I think it's like dawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, so we woke up to Kel and Rockbeak arguing. Okay, now I thought it was the previous night still. I'm so sorry. Continue, please.
Yeah. So do you smell that? It's on you.
Oh, I am quite aware.
I'm gonna look at Kel and ask what happened.
Apparently, I was ravaged by something clad in pine needles and the foulest of tree saps. Complete sarcastic asshole look on his face and tone as well.
I look offended.
He'll just smirk at her.
Do I?
I grab my straw hat and kind of pull it down to sort of shield my eyes a little bit.
Do I notice anything between these two?
How much insight do you have?
I have 1 insight and +5 in +5 in the relevant skill.
Yeah, you know there's something.
No, 2 insight. Oh, nice.
You notice there's something going on.
Rockbeak's gonna waddle up there to Anir and then stretch his neck out as far as it can, and look at her belly, and he's like, "Somebody's full, if you know what I mean."
Oh my
I
god!
look confused.
Kel falls over and he's roaring. Yeah. Excuse me.
I'll give you an odd look and just shrug. Yeah, I just shrug at that. Look at the strange creature, kind of like getting close to me with his giant beak head, which I've seen just disembowel people. So I'm kind of concerned when that thing gets near me. That's for sure.
And his gnarled, like hollow socket where his eye used to be.
You look terrible. What happened to you?
I always looked like this. What are you talking about?
You're worse.
I say,
What's wrong with your cheek? I kind of
I say,
move my head
these
in, kind of
happened to
inspecting
him.
it.
Smack that for him. It needs to be smacked to get better.
He sucks his head back in as fast as he can to his shell. Like it's nothing to worry about. Just an accident, misunderstanding, nothing happened. I definitely didn't scream or nothing. This bunch of bullshit. Don't listen to what he says.
I say,
Might be.
I say these
Yeah, good.
happened to him, and I pull out the quills of the monster that was just there.
Rockbeat kind of
What?
he reflexes kind of step back a little bit when he sees the quills again.
Yeah, same, man. Like you taking out some sort of magic shit, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Don't touch that. Put that down. That's that thing. His cheek is. It looks like it's possessed by maybe a demon's caught inside of him. This is really bad. We need to get out of here. Yesterday, I found some places. I saw some places. We can hide there. We can heal up there. And I saw a village in the swamp, about half a day's travel up towards a mountain. There is a strange village, and these creatures live there. But they know how to shape wood and trees. They could shape it into some sort of bolt, maybe. They can bend wood.
I am very excited. And then I realized there's like half a day.
About half a day, and
For
but
you, yes. For
oh
me,
yes,
2 days.
no, maybe like a chain. But and it's also very dangerous. There are these great dragons there as well, huge ones.
Say what now?
But huge dragons. I saw them eat one of those slug creatures. It looks like, yes, a slug. So, we need to, both of you, I glance over at Kel, but then look away, as if ashamed. And you, strange one, Rockbeak, we need to get you some rest. We need to put you in a clean place. We need to go now.
Man, I've been trying. The gods just fucking hate me, I guess. It ain't taken.
You're too
Yes, well,
big, that's why.
We must find a healer.
yes. Well, I know a little bit. I need some time, however. But I don't know if this is a safe place. It's too open. We should maybe go to the coast and walk up the coast. That is in the direction of the place which I saw the cliffs. Can you walk?
Yes.
And you? Over towards Rockbeak. I kind of like slightly peer. Your head's still inside your shell, so I sort of like slightly peer in and just go, "Hello," and it's kind of echoes inside your shell for a little bit.
I just quickly poke my head out and scare the shit out of you. I can walk. I mean, if we all climb on the tree, then it doesn't matter how slow he is. We all get there at the same time. We won't leave him behind or nothing.
Oh, that is a good idea. We can ask your grandfather. Oh, I grab my whole.
What? There's more trees over here now? Oh, it's a family fucking reunion.
I look at you and I like shake my head slowly.
No, well, no, there are no more trees like that.
I don't want to leave this place.
But
Where
we
we
have to. This
are.
place is too dangerous.
One more day.
What if the ogre comes back?
I'm like, how do I not? And I look around and see the palm tree that's injured, and like quick, and like just like quickly thinking is like, I tend.
Hello? Did you cut up?
I think he did drop.
Ah. Yeah, he's on the bus, the madman. No worries. So I think he's basically saying he wants to. Oh, there we go. You're back. Repeat.
Whoa.
Okay, there's a tree. Essentially, I say, palm tree hurt. I must tend.
This is not important. Can we come back? Kel and Rockbeak, they're about to fall over, and he could be filled with demons. I point at Rockbeak.
I ain't got no demons in me now.
I'm telling you, smack it. It'll make it better.
Anyone come near me, I'm gonna take something off. It's gonna be a finger, it might be something else.
No, Amir, don't smack his swollen cheek. And there's no demons in there. He just got a little poison in there, and he didn't at all scream about it.
That's right, I didn't. Get your
He's
story straight, everybody.
Kel is lying.
Poison. Poison.
Yeah, I didn't.
Rockbeak, show me. Show me.
Show you what?
Show me your cheek.
She's gonna smack it. Don't show her.
Alright, don't.
No,
if you
I'm
smack
not
my
going
cheek,
to do
I'm
that,
gonna-
Kel.
Just gonna smack.
Don't smack my cheek.
I'm not
he-
going to smack
He
your
just
cheek.
waddles over there and extends his neck a little bit. And there, see? Just a cheek.
I get a little bit closer as I sort of then move the front of your beak slightly, kind of angle it so I can sort of get a better look. Yes. I got some grades in Barb. I got 3. Would this be something that I could probably treat or would know some
The
sort of?
swelling has died down actually quite a bit, and you think it's going to go away on its own. It's so it's swollen. It's gone down so much that it's not even a hindrance to him at this point.
Okay.
Just a wound
So
on pride, basically.
Yeah. So I kind of look at that and say, "Oh, you're okay. You'll be okay. There is no infestation here. I think in about a few days it should go away and be back to normal. Maybe a little bit of red, but otherwise, it should be okay. But anyway, one more day here, or do we go now?
Well, Mr. Tree said he don't want to go nowhere, so might have to wait another day.
Well, what if the tree? What if you just pretend to be a tree and you stand there and if the ogres come, well, you're a tree. They won't eat you. They can't. But they'll eat me. They'll eat you, Kel, and they'll eat you as well.
Where will you go?
We are going
I
to
do
go.
not know the way.
I grab a stick again and I start to draw a bit of a map. And I
As soon as you grab
say,
the stick, I stop.
Yep. What? What is
Say,
it?
Oh, you pissed him off now.
I will learn the way. And I'm going to he's like, hold the carving.
Yeah, I take out the deer carving.
And I'm going to like reach out and caress it and FT using my racial ability
Oh, so cool.
and say, keep this away from above your head. Where
Okay.
you go, I will follow.
Okay.
Or
So
place it on your horns. Keep it off the
Yes.
ground. Uncovered. I will be
Okay.
able to follow this. Alright,
Okay.
that's...
I look a bit unsure, but yeah, I take it and then I inspect the deer to see if anything changed, but nothing has changed about it. And look up at you, and then I fix it. I get some palm string tie it together, and I sort of affix it to the top of my straw hat and tie it
How much
between
of your-
my. I look a bit ridiculous. So now
Yep.
I've got a straw hat on, and I've got two horns protruding out of the straw hat, and tied to two horns is tied up with string a deer carving. So I got this novelty hat going on here. As I'll put this on my head.
How?
Yep.
How much of your your hat is left after your escapades last night?
Yeah, it fell off. So it's still in one piece. Yeah. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you for your belief in my skill as a weaver. That's really good. Thank you. I did roll a 15.
Yeah, I've been putting on and off. It's obviously there's no point having it on at night, but during the day, this is I wear this. Absolutely. I just have it tied on a piece of string, and I have it behind my head when it's night. But yeah, so I have this on. It looks a bit of a novelty hat as I then look around. Can we move?
Go, I will follow.
Come on, Kel. Come on, Rock. Beak. Let's go. I'll haul myself to my feet and follow.
Yeah,
Safe
Rockbeak
journey.
gets up and starts waddling.
Be careful.
I nod. And when Kel struggles up, I attempt to help him up a little bit. Still not looking you in the eyes, but now leading you. And we're going to make our way. I'm going to lead us towards the coastline, and essentially start to get to the place I got to yesterday. However, instead of going through the forest and through the swamp, along the swamp, I'm going to get there along the coast as much as possible, traversing.
All right, and I think we'll wrap it up here, and we'll get each of your soliloquies now as you travel along the coast, heading towards these cliffs where you can only hope that you might find sanctuary. So, Phil, since I know you're kind of short on time, we'll let you go first.
Thanks, brother. So my character is going to essentially blindly making his way back to the tree which he was at last night, trying to remember the route, kind of bumping into things, using his cane as a walking stick. He is, still with his adventuring companions in spirit. And yeah, as they head off, he is rejoicing. My grandfather did not punish me. He did not break me for my ineptitude. He was kind. He gave me another chance. I could not be more grateful. I could not be more joyous. I am so happy that I still have one more chance. These friends I have are good, though I worry about the little one. She is small, and O'Neill is trusting in the gods, and the gods are betrayers and usurpers. I worry for Kel, what he may do with her. She is, while of age, still so small and so young. I am terrified for both of them. I do not wish anything bad to happen to my friends, and I need them if I am to do what must be done. I will tend to the oak. I will gather its seeds, and I will journey forth after my friends as soon as I have talked to grandfather again. And I cannot wait to speak to him again. And yeah, that has to be done.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I can
All right.
go
Sure.
for it.
Sure. So, as in the dawn, in the pale pink light of dawn, as the sun begins to rise over the island, carried upon the great chariot pulled by Array herself, the goddess of hope, the goddess of the rising, moving sun. We see the three of us, two of us trudging and stumbling, wounded and torn apart, led by a small creature. We zoom in to her thoughts as she leads them along the shadowed trails, sticking to the shadows, sticking to a place where they can hide and traverse unnoticed. As her thoughts linger upon last night, just like Decay, I hurt him. I hurt Kel. Just like before. This place, this island is so full of these strange beasts. This strange place so far from home. When I spoke to the speaking tree, to Da Ku Chi Chi Bi Bi Makia, when I spoke to him and he told me about his secret, which I have to be careful so I do not say out loud. He talked about trolls, and the little I know of the gods, I knew there was some sort of war between the gods and the trolls, and the gods won. But the gods, Rockbeak said many times before, the gods do not care about us, we are so small. But maybe these, though maybe not all the gods are bad, most of them are. And what about these trolls? What about this forest? The forest has always been my home. It has always been a safe place. What if it was not the gods that we should pray to? Or what if it is to the forest, to the tree? The tree's given me so many great gifts and is a shelter, is a safe place, a kind thing, unlike anything I've ever seen before. Are, she is hope, but her light is harsh against my skin. It burns my cheeks. It hurts my eyes. Though she is glorious, she is also so far away. I look up towards the sun rising. So far away. I need to be careful here. I need to watch after us. We need to get off this island. And I need to control myself. Because I will ravage him. I will ravage Kel. I can barely control myself. I will kill him. Just like my mother killed my father. I do not want to repeat that cycle. I do not want to be trapped. Be trapped at home. No, not home. I do not want to be trapped in my old life. I want something new. I want a new beginning, a new start, a new place to go. But first, baby steps. Let us get away from the ogres. Let us get away from the dangers. Let us help people. It's the least I can do. One like me. A monster. Creature of the dark forest. But as I walk through, I bump up against something in my absent thoughts, and almost the deer falls from my hat, but I catch it just in time. And I have a look at this beautiful deer carving I hold in my taloned, clawed hands. And I look at it, and it's artistic sculpture, it's artistic beauty. And thoughts and memories of the speaking tree come back, and of something else. Maybe a new way forward.
All right, and I guess we'll go to Kel next.
On our walk this early morning, Kel finds himself kind of lost in his own mind as he regards the soreness in his muscles from his cuts and bruises from the previous night's revelry. He smirks despite himself, and he's noticed that she won't look at him, or much less speak to him. It probably pains her to see that she's hurt him thus, but he's suffered far worse. This isn't the first time that Kel has been severely injured, beaten, bloody, bruised. He thinks of a handful of times where he himself had been mugged in a city full of humans, being probably the only Fae for miles, and walking away with cuts, bruises, a broken nose, a split lip, that sort of thing. No, this is fine. She'll come around. He takes a few moments to remember and think of their tree companion, and he calls up the image of the tall, wooded thing's face, and its eyeless sockets, its tusks, and he thinks he has a natural aversion to wood, and at being fraying, this is just drilled into his culture as a child, but being as traveled as he is, he's come to regard wood or lumber as a mild annoyance, not completely anathema like his people. And it dawns on him. Is Da part orc? He remembers those tusks, and he once regarded a handful of orcs who had tusks. Just chews on that memory for a while as he steps on a hidden seashell. It doesn't hurt him, but it startles him. He is the third person in the line, so he doesn't stop our troop if we're single file, and he pulls out a vibrant pink conch shell that's half buried in the sand. A beautiful thing, gift of the sea, and kind of holds it in his left fist. His fingers are kind of curled inside the thing, and he runs his fingertips over the ridges of the shell. He takes it with him. He may or may not need use of a horn someday. But he does, again, look at the sea to find that calm again. Yeah, we may have overdid it this time, as he rubs one of his aching muscles. He feels a bit self-conscious for a few moments as he regards their last moments of the pillow talk, and how he just felt that she was gazing into his mind and his essence. And Kel knows that he has a black heart and he is not kin with his people any longer. And out of deference and a modicum of love for his homeland, he exiled himself. Because there's something about that Miyangi woman that he strangled to death that aroused him thus, and that was enough for him to say, no, I'm not staying here. So he does accept that he is indeed running from his own lust and fascination with the darkness, and that's why his nightmares do not, they don't bite at him or claw at him as they should, and he absolutely realizes that there is nothing normal about such a thing. Now, I will taunt these dreams, and whoever is going to assail me from the darkness will have to deal with me. He pauses as he lets his companions walk about 10, 12, maybe 15 paces ahead, and he mutters under his breath, if you come for me in my sleep again, he's speaking to the universe at this point, you best kill me while you have the chance, because when I gain my full faculties, you better run, and run fast, and run far, because I will find you, and I will tear you down. He snaps himself from his revelry and jogs back up to join his companions. And with that he will silence his thoughts for now.
Alright, Rockbeat, it's your turn.
Rockbeat just waddles along, kind of touching his tender cheek a little bit. It's going away, but just his pride is hurt more than anything. He just thinks about the clan and how life could have been different if he stayed there. Not better, but different. And he just looks around as he's walking, and this life right here in this moment is better than the many cycles he lived with the clan. And if he dies in this God's forsaken island, then he would have lived a interesting life, better than what he would have lived if he was stayed down there in the dark with his clan. And he kind of just takes a deep breath and just vows that he's going to get off this island one way or the other. And once he makes it back to the mainland, he's going to have a few stories to tell, boost his reputation. He made a few friends, and ever since he's escaped from the dark and came to the surface, he hasn't had many who he called friends in a very long time. So it's a silver lining, being trapped on this island. But he just thinks to himself like, I don't know what I did to piss the gods off, but once I get my health back, oh, that's gonna be a reckoning. Body parts will be dismembered, maybe eaten, who knows? And he just stares at the back of Anir as she is walking in front of him. It's like, yeah, and if we're not careful, we're gonna have just a pregnant little deer lady running around here that's just gonna fuck things up even more. And he just kind of turns his head just a little bit, look back at Kel, and he's like, "Yep, he just can't keep his pecker in his pants. Oh well. I mean, we may die on this island, might as well get it out of your system. But if she starts getting a baby, it's just gonna make things worse. I guess for only time will tell. But we're gonna get out of this island one way or the other. This place is horrible, you know. But we're gonna survive. We're strong. I just hope the tree man's all right. I don't think we should have split up, but I mean, it is what it is. He wants to go there and touch all the trees. That's his prerogative. But yeah, hopefully they won't chop him down for some lumber, some firewood. Hopefully we'll make it back in time to see him. I just hope I don't see a damn dragon though. I don't want to see no dragon. I can go live in many cycles as I'm old, as I'm all dark, sitting there in a tavern in front of a fireplace, just drinking my meat or something, and just die in my sleep. I don't need to see a dragon, okay? All right, God, you done fucked me enough. Okay, just don't send no dragon my way. As he's just kind of lost in thought about the fact that a dragon could just swoop down and just eat him whole and everything. He kind of gets on his guard a little bit, starts looking around, kind of nervously, as his thoughts just fade to the fact that there could be a dragon swooping down eating us at any time. As he just trots along on his journey.
And so that's where we will end this session. Thank you all for watching and
Yeehaw,
joining
gentlemen.
us.
No, it was all good. It was really fun.
Worries. Thank you.
I
Thanks for
hope that you'll all join us again next time.
Absolutely. Pick up your books, drive-through-rpg.com, Within the Ring of Fire, Saga book. Get it. And also this, I forgot to mention at the beginning. Join the Facebook group. Ask for an invite. You'll get accepted by one of the admins and join the community. Game like a god of RPG.
Dear gods.
That's it.
Oh.